Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, presented today by Fleet Farm. Hunting season in Wisconsin starts Saturday. All your hunting needs are solved at your local Fleet Farm. Here with Marquette Academy football head coach Ken Carlson. Ottawa, Illinois is where Ken joins us from today. Coach, before we begin, just tell our audience how many years you've been coaching football and what keeps you coming back every year?
It's my 24th year of coaching. It's my first year as a head coach in my 11th year at Marquette. What keeps me coming back, I love ball, and I love the kids that we work with at Marquette. And they're great kids, and the families are great, and it's just a lot of support, and that's really what keeps me coming back is love of the game and the kids, for sure.
Full enrollment of about 340, give or take, on a particular year. Tell me about the tradition of football there at Marquette.
Yeah, sorry, there's announcements over. For the last 15 years, Coach Yups, who just retired, pretty much resurrected the program. It was about ready to die around 2010, 2011, and he ended up taking over and built it into, I know we haven't had the same success as Edgar, but we've been to a couple semifinals in the last 10 years and been in the playoffs for the last 12. So, and then going back to the 80s, I think they finished second in the state way back in the 80s, but they've had fallen on some hard times there around 2010. And since then, we've been, I think, last 12 years, we've been in the playoffs consecutively. So there's, like I mentioned, there's a ton of support for the in the Marquette community, and the families are great, and it's what keeps it rolling.
Just at a higher level, tell me about your football philosophy. When you go to bed at night and you lay your head down, are you thinking offense or defense while you're counting sheep?
Well, I was a defensive coordinator probably for the last 10 years or so. And once I took over as head coach, I figured if I'm going to call the shot, if I'm going to, everything falls on me, so I'm going to call the shot. So it was defense for years, but now it's definitely offense. Plus, we were a wing T team for the last 15 years or so, and we've kind of gone more spread principles. I mean, we're still running buck and belly and trap and all that kind of stuff you see in the wing T, but we're doing some different things with it. So I'm definitely thinking offense when I go to bed at night.
Talking to Marquette Academy football coach Ken Carlson. Let's begin to talk about this year's team here just a little bit. You come into Friday night's game, a record of 1-1. You've been part of two high-scoring games so far this year. One not in your favor, the other one is. So just tell us about that and what you've learned about your team through the first two games of the season.
Yeah, the first week we played Aurora Christian, who's perennially a good program, a really good program in the state of Illinois. We got down 14-0 in the first quarter and came back, and we're up 22-14 and made some mistakes right before half. And instead of going in the half up a score, we were down a score. So and we kind of got down a little bit, but I think we learned from that what we need to do to be successful and to win football games. We made some mistakes there. I think we've learned from it. Hopefully we learned from it, and we applied that last week, and we got out early and played fast and played well and cleaned up some of those mistakes. So hopefully we continue to improve, and Edgar's a heck of a program and really well coached and team and executes well. So we're going to have to be on top of our game to play well tomorrow night.
You mentioned your coaching history, of course, on the other side, 51 years as a head coach. So whatever you and I know about football, he's forgot about football since months. No doubt about that. Let's tell us about the game and how it came to be. We're playing at a neutral site, kind of, I don't know about the math. I didn't add up the miles, but about halfway between Edgar, Wisconsin and Ottawa, Illinois, in DeForest. How did the game come to be? Why are we playing, Edgar?
Well, it's getting harder and harder to find teams to play in Illinois that, and we actually had a team in Ohio that wanted to pay for us to come out there and play, but we didn't want to do that. And Todd Hopkins, our AD, was able to locate this game. You guys, or not you guys, but Edgar happened to have a week open, so I think that was back during the winter, maybe, that this game was scheduled. And I had never heard of Edgar, Wisconsin football until we started looking into it. I'm like, geez, these guys have had a lot of success and a lot of tradition and 51 years of coaching at the same place, right? All at the same place. That's it was definitely opened our eyes, and I'm surprised we hadn't heard of them before. But yeah, it's kids are excited about it, and they're excited to play one of the best programs in the state of Wisconsin, and they're excited about putting it all out there and seeing what we can do with one of the best teams in the state. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you mentioned about filling holes on a schedule, and I think across the country that's something that teams will need to be creative about. It looks like in Edgar's conference they had a team defect to 8-player football, and so that opening came on the schedule, and that is something that we'll be contended with for years to come, no doubt about that.
Right.
All right, let's talk about Friday's game a little bit, and I want to talk about the offense and defensive line, if that's all right with you. And
yeah,
on the offensive side, we got Austin, Matt, Santiago, Alex, and Caden. For any football team, if the offensive line does their job, it makes things kind of flow a little bit better. So tell us about that group of 5 that you have on the field on Friday night.
Yeah, Matt, our center, is a center. He's been a tight end for his first 3 years in high school, and we moved him to center this year. He's doing a great job. Our guards are a little on the smaller side, but we're quick, and they're able to use their leverage, and they pull really well on power and trap and so forth. And then Alex, our left tackle, he was our center last year, moved him out there. So we got some guys playing in new positions, and they're starting to gel together and communicating really well. And we're really pleased with the progress they're making.
And then on the defensive line, Bladen, Marcus, Austin, and Caden, those guys make room for linebackers like me to fill holes and make tackles. What's your expectation of your defensive line on Friday night?
Well, to really be solid in their gaps and try not to get moved. Edgar's offensive line does a really good job, and you can tell they're really well coached with the way they play. So we have to be gap sound and do our job, and not be running upfield or doing those things that we don't coach. We have to do the way we're coached to do it, and get after it.
Edgar's team somewhat filled with track stars. These are some fast guys that play football also, or maybe football guys that are fast that also run track. I don't know which comes first over there, probably the football side. But tell us about your team speed and how you rank against a team that's fast to the edges.
Yeah, we like to consider ourselves a pretty fast team too. We emphasize speed in the summer and during the season, all year round, really. We're always working speed and timing things and doing that. So we take pride in getting after it speed wise. I think this is probably, since I've been in Marquette, probably 10, 11 years now, it's probably the fastest team that we've had. And we try to utilize that speed offensively and defensively. And I think we match up well speed wise with many of the teams that we play.
All right. And then seniors on the team. There's sometimes coaches on the field, depending on how you value those guys. So what is your expectation of your seniors on game night?
Yeah, we have 7. We have 7 seniors on the team, and they've been great since I took over in early January. And they're just kind of extensions of me. I don't have to say much to them. I don't give a speech on game night. I give my speech on Thursday night, and the seniors are the guys that do the speech pregame, and they just carry that leadership into the game. And if they see somebody that needs to be picked up and talked to, they're going to do it and get guys going, but they do a good job. I'm really impressed and pleased with what they're doing this year.
And then lastly, Coach, let's talk about fan support. Now, this one's a little unique. I do end this segment with fan support, but, we've got a couple hours of a drive. The fans that will be in attendance, and hopefully all your regular fans can make it. But just tell us about the support that your football team has received and maybe what you might find in DeForest on Friday night.
Yeah, there's always a group, we call them the OGs, I don't want to call them elderly, but the true Marquette faithful. They go to everything, and I wouldn't doubt to see their faces in the stands in DeForest on Friday. And then we always have, it's not a huge crowd. We got 150, 160 kids in the high school, but I know those that are going to be there will be charged up and ready to go and supporting the crew. So then I'm going to share your YouTube link, and hopefully there's a bunch of people in Ottawa and LaSalle County that can watch the game too. So.
Yeah, that sounds good, Coach. Thanks for clarifying that too. 340 in the school system, right? 160 in the high school. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Because people ask those kind of questions about a team that's in a different state. So we appreciate that. Marquette football coach Ken Carlson, best of luck on Friday night.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Academy Crusaders. Just a quick setup there as we take a look at these teams. Marquette Academy, you just heard from Coach Ken Carlson, and again, thank you, Ken, for your time. Yesterday morning, Ken and I got together and talked some football there. Ken, kind enough to spend 12 minutes with us to let you behind the curtain on his Marquette Academy football Crusaders from Ottawa, Illinois. According to my map app, 2 hours and 18 minutes just south and southeast of here between Joliet and DeKalb, Illinois. 2 hours and 4 minutes essentially straight north to Edgar, a slight jog to the west once you get up to Wausau on Highway 29. So you've got 2 hours and 4 minutes in a vehicle, not a bus, but a regular car. You know what I'm talking about. So 2 hours and 18 minutes one way, 2 hours and 4 minutes the other. We land, bam, right here in DeForest, Wisconsin for this. It'll be an interesting game here tonight. Folks always ask me who I think is going to win a game, and of course I never answer, even though I usually do know the answer. I don't want to give it away and spoil it for somebody. Tonight, folks, we got a team from Illinois, a team from Wisconsin. When I tell you I don't know who's going to win, I mean it tonight. No idea. This is very interesting here, and really for both teams. You get a chance. Ottawa or Marquette has played 2 games. Edgar has played 3. So if you're Edgar, what do you get out of the 2 that you saw? And it was a loss in week 1 for the Crusaders, a win last week. Their defense has been scored on in both games. But what do you get out of watching a team that you don't know anything about, and then the teams they're playing against you know nothing about, and then the same for Marquette, right? You know about the history. You heard Coach Carlson talk about the prestige, the tradition, and the history of Edgar. He knows that, but when he watches the game against Ladysmith or Auburndale or whatever, what does he know about Ladysmith as I bring Dan Ross into the broadcast, and that's where I'll leave it with you. What would you know if you are Coach Ken Carlson about the Ladysmith Vikings or the Auburndale Eagles, and try to make sense of what Edgar is?
Yeah, it's tough. Interesting talking to the coach before the game. He he didn't even mention seeing games this year, right? He talked about the state championship game last year and 2 years ago. And I think that's a really interesting way to try to scout a team, is to look at when they were playing their absolute best and what they look like.
Especially when it's the same coaching staff, right? Because what you and I and Coach talked about in our little fireside chat down on the turf field is the coaching philosophies stay the same, right? Concepts are the same. You adjust the playbook. You turn it a little this way or a little that way depending on the week, but the formations are the same. The playbook is the same. And so why not look at the state championship game, because it's the same coaches. Yeah, and football is no different than basketball or any other sport for those. Hey, wait a minute here.
For those that have had to scout, right? You don't learn a lot watching Edgar beat up somebody 56-6.
No.
You just don't get anything out of it. So watching your opponent play at the pinnacle of what they're able to do, and if you think you can handle that, then you're probably pretty good in a week 4 game.
Well, let's learn more about the Marquette Academy Crusaders. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Crusaders as we come into this one here. And here we go. And we're learning along with you folks at home. I was telling the people before you got here, usually I do know who's going to win the game, but when people ask me, I just say I don't know. But today it's an I don't know.
Yeah.
Of course, you got Marcus, Austin, Caden, Bladen. They're all on the defensive line. You heard me talk to Coach Carlson about those guys. Out in the corners, Jason, Connor, and Easton, and Luke. And then the linebackers, these are the guys who make all the tackles, of course. That's the way we are. That's the way we roll, man. Grant, Alex, and Anthony, linebackers for these Crusaders. So now we know some names. We're getting a little bit closer to some knowledge. Let's take a look at the offense for these Crusaders coming into this game here tonight. And of course, the offense, Anthony Couch, the quarterback, everybody, it really does. The quarterback has his ball in hand every play. He's the most important part of it. But it's the playmakers that have to go out and do some things. And you got Jackson and Grant, running backs, aside him. Bladen as well out there running the ball around. Marcus and Easton, and we saw some of the big receivers. Y'all let Dan talk about the height of these guys. But what Coach said was, we got to win the battle up front. So Alex, Austin, Matt, Santiago, and Caden, Coach made a very good point to you about we've got to win in the trenches. But Dan, talk to the folks at home about some of the size you've seen out here for Marquette Academy.
Yeah, we have some 6'1", 6'2", 5'11" wide receivers, which might not sound very big when we're talking about college players and NFL players. But at the size school that the Marquette Academy is, the same size as Edgar, Edgar doesn't have 6'2" wide receivers.
They don't.
6'1" across the board.
Yeah.
So it is probably going to be an advantage, but that's if they pass the ball.
It's if they pass the ball, and that's if the Edgar defense doesn't get after Mr. Anthony Couch. That's the best way to stop the passing attack, is to put the quarterback on his back.
Yeah, and we talked to the coach. When we get the depth charts from these teams, we don't often see 3 running backs in the starting lineup.
Right.
And I asked are they running wing T? What are you guys doing? And he kind of laughed and smirked and said, we're trying to get away from it. We're trying to spread it out. We're trying to be like everybody else kind of is in football. We're getting away from the 1960s, 1970s style of football.
Pound you into oblivion, right?
Yeah. And so it's going to be interesting. It's really hard to make changes and be successful. So I don't know if he was just giving us lip service. Is he really going to try to spread the Edgar defense out, or is he really going to try to pound it up the middle? That's
what he told me in our Zoom call yesterday. So at least he's consistent. We'll see if he's a liar, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But we'll see if he's a consistent liar, or if he's actually going to tell us the truth here, as we got a close-in look at our pregame instructions being given by our white hat. Dan and I have been in those huddles before for various points of our life. And the big talk in that huddle is about sportsmanship.
Yep.
Right? That's the main message that's in there, is about sportsmanship. You 4 are the captains, and the white hat says to them, I'm relying on you to make sure your team plays with sportsmanship. That is why you're a captain. And they say that almost verbatim. For the last huddle I was in wearing a jersey was 1993. So it's been since that long. That's what they tell those captains. And I was not a captain. So here's the coin flip, though. And it looks like Marquette Academy has won the coin toss. and they are most likely to receive. As we see Edgar pointing, we're going to defend towards that direction and kick that way, and here we'll have our white hat give what I believe has happened, and indeed. So it'll be Marquette Academy to receive. Edgar will kick. Our pregame coverage continues right after this on Zaleski Sports, presented by Security Health Plan.
Looking for a unique space to host your next event or business meeting? Check out the Milk House at Miltram Farms. You can view the cows being milked by the robots, play in the sand table, or start your own farm on the farm simulator. We have space for up to 125 people indoors, or you can sit outside and enjoy the farm views from our grain bin gazebo and make s'mores on the corn crib fireplace. Check us out on Facebook to see our upcoming events, or go to our website at miltramfarms.com to see availability.
Be a part of a Marshfield tradition at Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th. Start each morning with a potato or buttermilk pancake breakfast and shop over 125 handmade arts and craft vendors. Also, make sure to check out the Kids Zone, yummy food court with maple specialties, beer garden, and a comedic grilling show with TV's Mad Dog and Meryl. Don't miss the 33rd Annual Maple Fall Fest, Saturday and Sunday, September 13th and 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. Learn more at visitmarshfield.com and follow us on Facebook.
Here at Brickner Motors, in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
At R&R Flooring and Furniture, we sell products that look good and products that last.
You want a great selection at a great price and a company that stands behind their products? You will find Wolfcraft, Ashley, Marshfield Furniture, and more.
Looking to get the best sleep of your life? We have a mattress for you. Get a 15-year non-paraded hybrid mattress for only 25 cents a night, and we also carry adjustable beds. When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses, it's easy. Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
And back here live at DeForest as we get ready for neutral site football here today. Marquette Academy out of Ottawa, Illinois, in the white road jerseys. It's an Edgar home game tonight. It's in the Edgar Wildcats in their green tops, white bottoms. Ottawa, Illinois. As I said, it's 2 hours and 18 minutes from here, according to the map app. Edgar, 2 hours and 4 minutes. So it's about as neutral and about as even as you can find here on either side. And Dan and I were down on the field before. They got the rather than the rubber bouncy whatevers that are in there, wood chips to soften the tackle, and it smells a little woodsy down there at the same time.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
No?
It feels a little bit different. We don't have cleats, obviously.
No.
So in my gym shoes, it feels a little bit more like like grass does than the rubber, I think.
Well, it's not as bouncy, right? That bouncy is artificial, and you know it right away when you step on it. All those rubber beads that are in there. Let's see, what do we have here? This is the Security Health Plan Game of the Week here on Zaleski Sports. Security Health Plan, promises kept, plain and simple. Let's talk about games around the state today that are live on Zaleski Sports. And settle in, folks. This may take me a minute. There are 17 games tonight. Wapaka at Fox Valley Lutheran. Superior is at Eau Claire North. Mukwonago at Oconomowoc. Neilsville-Granton at Durand, Arkansas. Marathon at Amherst. Colby at Loyal Greenwood. Stratford at Wittenberg-Burnhamwood. Kakana at Neenah. I've got a special eye on that one tonight. Mosney at Lakeland. Grantsburg at Cadott. 2 3-0 teams going at it there. Pacelli Catholic and Abbotsford. Coach Jake Knappmiller in Abbotsford looking for a career win 100 tonight. Iola Scandinavia is at Assumption. Wausau West at DC Everest, about as close of a drive as you can have anywhere in the state. Eau Claire Memorial is at Marshfield. Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln at Stevens Point. And Niagara is at Newman Catholic. That's your rundown. The other 16 games plus this, that's 17. I got it right. Okay, let's take a look at Edgar's defense and how the Edgar Wildcats will line up for this one here tonight as we bear down on national anthem time here. Defensive line looks like this. Lucas Stonke along with Wyatt, Preston, and Carson all on the defensive line. And again, that's what Coach Carlson from Marquette Academy was concerned about tonight, winning that battle against the Edgar defensive line. Linebackers, Alex, Maverick, and Caius. And I was told that's a version of his name. I got to remember that. And on the outsides, defensive backs, Dom, Tucker, Gavin, and Landon. And Dan Ross's observation, by the way, Jason Zaleski here, is that those four may be busy tonight, running around and running after and chasing the wideouts for the Crusaders.
Yeah, they look really athletic, and it's going to be really interesting if the quarterback gets out of the pocket and starts scrambling around and is able to throw the ball, because that's something Edgar doesn't see in the Marywood or just in north central Wisconsin, right? Yeah. Very few teams in the entire state have multi-tool quarterbacks. But, we have no idea.
We don't. I said before, for the audience just joining us, oftentimes people will ask me, who I think is going to win. They see me at the gas station, the grocery store, the library, whatever, yes. Right? And I always say I don't know, and I do know normally. Tonight, we have no idea. We have no idea. So we're in for a surprise, just like all the rest of you are here tonight. All right, let's take a look at the offense for the Edgar Wildcats tonight. And for Edgar Wildcats fans, no surprises here, right? Tucker Strite at the quarterback, Gavin Maurer and Maverick Butt going to be banging around behind that big offensive line for these Edgar Wildcats. And the rushing attack has been really good for Edgar 3 games in. And they want it to be that way again tonight, do these Wildcats. Higgins, Stonke, and Contreras on the outside. And you've got Sawyer, Wyatt, Preston, Alex, and Eli. Again, I'm going to say it till the cows come home, but that's the matchup that Coach Carlson is most interested in. He firmly told us, he firmly believes, and I guess most coaches do too, but he had a special emphasis on it. You could see the twinkle in his eye, that if we can get that done in the first couple series, we might be able to have something here tonight. Are
you surprised that he chose to receive the ball first?
No, I'm not. They've scored points this year. They've given up points. They've given up, but they've scored too. And I think come out here and offensively put your stamp on it right away. And maybe you go down and score a touchdown, then you got things going. If you don't, you get to start working in your offense though right away. So that's how I would look at it if I was going to choose to receive. Is that either way, we're going to get something good out of this. We're either going to go and score, or I'm going to know exactly what we need to do going forward offensively against these guys. And it's a mystery team, and for both of them, it's a complete and total mystery out here, as it is to us. So this is going to be cool. We're very much looking forward to it. Our final ticks of our warm-up pregame clock are done. We turn it over to Jim Steinke, a familiar voice to those in central Wisconsin, as we get anthem and starters for tonight's football game.
Featuring the Marquette Academy Crusaders and your Edgar Wildcats. Edgar High School, DeForest High School, Marquette Academy High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship at education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Thank you. And now, announcing the starting defense for Marquette Academy. At outside linebacker, sophomore, number 5, Luke McCullough. Defensive back, sophomore, number 6, Connor Baker. Defensive end, sophomore, number 7, Bladen Castle. Defensive back, junior, number 9, Easton DiBernardi. Outside linebacker, senior, number 11, Anthony Couch. Outside linebacker, senior, number 25, Jackson Higgins. Linebacker, senior, number 32, Grant Dose. Defensive end, senior, number 44, Marcus Baker. Defensive tackle, senior, number 52, Austin Ferracuti.
I saw him. Yeah, I saw him.
Linebacker, junior, number 68, Alex Schaefer. And defensive tackle, junior, number 74, Caden Shreve. Crusaders are coached by Ken Carlson, assisted by Tommy Durbin, Eric Kiefer, Trent Swords, Ethan Swords, and Alex Graham. And now, announcing the starting offense for Edgar. At quarterback, senior, number 0, Tucker Strike. Running back, senior, number 5, Gavin Maurer. Split end, senior, number 12, Dom Contreras. Running back, senior, number 21, Maverick Butt. Tight end, junior, number 40, Carson Nowak. Tight end, senior, number 43, Lucas Stanky. At center, senior, number 51, Preston Erickson. Guard, junior, number 54, Wyatt Kloxing. Tackle, junior, number 61, Sawyer Weiland. At guard, senior, number 64, Alex Schneider. And at tackle, sophomore, number 74, Eli Kramer. Wildcats are coached by Jerry Sims, assisted by Greg Strite, Andrew Casco, Tris Tawicki, Zach Paul, Nathan Dahl, John Pederlich, Troy Andershak, Adam Decker, and Ian Rao. And now, to honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand and remove your hats as we play our national anthem.
All right, as we head towards football action here tonight, again from Ottawa, Illinois, it is the Marquette Academy Crusaders, and from Edgar, Wisconsin, the Edgar Wildcats.
Yeah, most of the town is here, looks like.
Most of the Edgar is here, and you know, as I look across, and you can see it on your camera at home, you see the folks from Ottawa, Illinois, that made the trip up here as well. Again, about 2 hours in a regular car, longer in a bus, unfortunately.
You might have mentioned this at the opening, but
okay.
But since maybe we have some new audience here.
Okay.
We're in DeForest,
yes,
Wisconsin,
yes.
just north of Madison. Apparently, they're the Norskis. What do you think?
The Norskis, yeah.
What do you think about that name?
I'm good with it.
Yeah,
I'm good. DeForest Norskis. It's unique. There might be another Norski in the state. You know, I have to think long and hard about it.
You are the Wisconsin mascot expert in the booth every time.
I champion mascots worldwide. That's kind of my job around here.
So what do you think is in the outfit for the Norskis?
Well, it's got to be a guy with the braids and the curly mustache, right? Yeah. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, I mean,
it's got to be that.
Some sort of mascot.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a Viking, right? It's like a Vikings thing. All right, kickoff is here. Wade Cole is going to kick it off. 6'1" junior is Wade. And kickoff comes at 7:02. It'll angle towards the Edgar sideline and picked up and ran out of bounds. Had a chance there maybe to let that go. Received by Connor Baker. But you don't want to risk it. Edgar, the Wildcats were bearing down on Connor. So you field it, make sure that you get the ball rather than trying to sneak out a penalty right away in your favor. All right, well, here we go. We get to see Anthony Couch and the Crusaders offense, which will begin to answer some questions for me and Dan as we go through this game, and we will pass along those answers to you at home. It's my pledge tonight. Whatever I know, I will tell you at home.
Not a whole lot. Shotgun to start. Here we go.
Yeah, you may not get much out of me. I don't know much most times. Here's Couch. Yes, indeed. Dan out of the shotgun, and the give will go left and wrapped up right away. Tackle made there by Preston Erickson as he dropped the ball carrier, Olsen.
Brought down by Preston Erickson.
Does that make sense to you?
It does. Loss of 3 on the play. I'm trying to do stats as we do this.
Yeah.
Wish me luck.
I said Olsen, though. Is that right? I don't know if that was right.
I just have the number.
Yep. Next play. This is Bladen Castle on the run.
Bladen Castle, ball carrier.
So Castle will ground out a couple. Yeah, 32 was the first. Grant Dose.
Grant Dose.
Was the first ball carrier. All right. The Crusaders going fast. So we'll mark that down. That's something now that we found out.
That's not going to help us up here.
Here's Couch
Third
with
long.
all the guys to the left and met right away. Going nowhere. Big tackle from Gavin Maurer as the pass was completed. I believe it was a pass, Dan, that went to Jackson Higgins out there. But Higgins lost 5 on the play. It's 4th and long for the Crusaders. So they will end up with -3 yards on their first offensive possession. And so Ken Carlson begins to have some answers about how this thing might develop. And we do too. Dan and I were talking before the game started. The Edgar team speed is really something to behold, and they are not afraid to tackle anybody. Everybody out here tackles, and they tackle well. So here's the punt, and that
may have been tipped.
I think it was deflected at the line, and it'll be let to settle right near the 40-yard line. And the Edgar Wildcats will come on offense quickly and for the first time here tonight.
At Marquette's 45-yard line, where Edgar will
At the 45, Edgar punts or the kickoff first. Their first offensive possession will be in the Crusaders territory.
Yeah, they've gained 15 yards already through their defense. Fleet Farm has everything you need to preserve this year's harvest. We smell some of the harvest right now.
We do.
Shop low prices on all things canning from jars, big and small, seasonings, mixes, and so much more. Check it all out at your local Fleet Farm store. Okay, so here go the Wildcats now, as the Crusaders will get their first taste of Maverick Butt, and Butt is dumped behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a few, tackled there by the 5'10 senior Jackson Higgins. All right, so defense v. defense here through the first 5 plays, I guess you count the punt. Some of us don't. Go Cats, go cheer rings out here in DeForest as Strite comes under center for this 2nd and long. And handoff goes up the middle, and that will lose a yard back to the 50-yard line now on the Gavin Maurer tote. So it is now 3rd and 16 coming up for Edgar. Both defenses came to play.
Going the wrong way.
Both have been.
Yeah.
A game for a punter here, perhaps, is what we're in store for. If you like punting, and who doesn't? We saw some of the punters on the field before the game. Here's Strite on the 3rd and very long play-action pass. Strite looking, and is going to have to throw this one out of bounds. Yeah, and he did. Yeah, it was a late cross. Coming across was Lucas Stonke, but he was covered well anyway. And that was Strite's only option on that rollout to the right, and we'll have a punt for Edgar. So a punt and a punt.
Exciting stuff.
Well, and maybe we should have expected something like this too. Again, with teams, I mean, this is essentially a scrimmage, right? You just don't know anything about the other side, or very little at the best. Maybe this is expected. I know when I go to the scrimmages, I see a lot of punts. Or a lot of coach comes on the field and says, "Run it again!" Here's Maurer on the punt, and
line drive punt.
Good boot fielded at the 17. One man has missed. 2 men have missed the tackle, and a good return there from Easton DeBernardi. Number 9 there, DeBernardi on the return. It's a nice one out past the 30 to his own 36 is where this one will start. 2nd offensive possession for the Crusaders here tonight. So here come Anthony Couch and his Crusaders. See about figuring out the Edgar defense this time around. This is a run on the right side that'll gain positive yardage as it is run there by, that's 32, Grant Dose. Higgins and Bargander combine on the tackle for the Wildcats. And back to the line come the Crusaders. And they would like to outrun the Wildcats. Couch will keep this one himself and will gain about 6 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short. But trying to outspeed the Wildcats, that's a choice. 3 receivers to the left of Couch. He's got 1 in the backfield with him. Split end to his right on this 3rd and about 3. Swing pass left.
Edgar's
pass
ready for
complete to Castle, and he's going to get 1 yard, and that's all, and it's going to be 4th down. Dan, yes, Edgar was ready for that action. And that's just some football knowledge there. Again, I highly doubt that there was any film study. It's just football IQ from these Wildcats.
Yeah, good job just staying home. They're going to go for it.
So it's 4th and 1 from their own 45. See if they can put this one on the ground and get it, although no running backs alongside Couch. Instead, it's a quick pass this side, and all kinds of
what
trouble.
A tackle.
Bladen Castle is dumped.
Complete to Bladen Castle. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Caius Higgins.
So Caius Higgins on the tackle. He was there as Bladen caught that ball, and turnover on downs. So 3 offensive possessions in this game, and punt, turnover on downs. Wildcats will line it up for the 2nd time. With ball in their possession, here's Butt around the left side, and we'll get a couple for Maverick Butt. Call it a gain of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I got 3 there.
Maverick Butt, the ball carrier. Gain of 3 on the play will bring up 2nd and 7.
So in for Edgar comes Graham Strite. Strite will line up in the backfield behind Tucker. To the left of Tucker, technically. And here's the 2nd down play for the Wildcats, and it does go Strite to Strite. And a loss on the play, a big loss as a matter of fact. It's going to be a loss of about 5 on the run from Graham Strite.
Loss of 4 on the play will bring up 3rd and 11.
So 3rd and long for the 2nd straight offensive possession for the Wildcats. So this is quite a defensive showing here on both sides. So here's the 3rd down play for the Wildcats, and the run will come this side to Graham. And Graham is not going to get the line to gain. It's going to be a 4th down, a gain of 4 back the other way. And what will Edgar do now on 4th and 6 from inside the Crusaders' 40-yard line? And it looks like the punt team is coming out. So before I even get a chance to speculate, coach will send the punt team out right away. Decision made.
Sawyer Weiland in punt formation, deep to receive. Easton
playing the field position battle here early on. That misdirection play by Edgar had some potential there.
Yeah, it was a good tackle made by Bladen Castle.
Another line drive kick, and that's going to go out of bounds inside the 5.
Coffin corner, baby. Yeah. That's how that's done. So what a kick there.
Sawyer Weiland's punt goes out of bounds at the 5-yard line, where Marquette will have it 1st and 10.
So Sawyer Weiland, 6'1 junior, puts the punishment on the Crusaders. They are backed up, as Dan said, inside their own 5-yard line. Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th. That's tomorrow and Sunday, by the way, in Marshfield. Check out arts and crafts vendors, the Kids Zone, Yummy Food, Maple Fall Fest. Tomorrow and Sunday, Wildwood Zoo in Marshfield. Here's a swing pass quickly to the left, and again, Wildcats are there to dump the receiver. And Dan, I've got 32 out there. Grant Dose.
I'm done with this.
You're done with that? Okay.
This
Well,
has to be somebody dedicated.
You gave
to
it a good
this.
effort. We'll go back to paper. I know how to work the paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's no offense so far, so we're not missing much stats wise.
And then we'll put a pulley behind us, and we'll rope it down to Trevor in the trailer. By the way, Trevor and Ryan in the trailer making this thing look as good as it does here tonight. Dan and I are just here monkeying around.
Edgar is in the backfield.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. Infinity Exteriors installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. You put that word in a read, you are looking for an impact.
Yeah,
Unscrupulous.
Yeah, that is on purpose, just for you. And the others who have to do that read.
And the others, and there are others. Yeah. Tonight, 16 others. Third and long now for the Crusaders again, and we're going to have a false start, and it's going to be half the distance, so it's going to go about 1.5 yards back.
Yeah, Edgar got them to jump, and you can't do that in high school football if you're on the line, but that was the linebacker who was coming up, and the offensive lineman twitched, so now only lose 1 yard on that.
Linebacker okay to do that. Defensive lineman, no.
Right.
Right, you said that? Okay.
Yep. Third and 12.5.
Let's see. Let's open up the chat box here. If you're watching on a mobile device, you can feel free to chat with me and Dan. I'm going to open it up here and see if anybody's...
Right up the middle, not much going on. So Edgar punting last time instead of going for it. They're probably going to gain some field position here because the punter will be at the back of his own end zone.
Jeremy said the game has a playoff field.
It does.
It does it?
It does, a little bit, yeah.
I didn't get that. Thanks, though, Jeremy, for chipping in.
We're on a turf field.
I see what you mean.
Two good
Neutral
teams.
sites. Yeah, I see what you mean. Just no band, and the attendance is quite a bit different than in a playoff game. I guess maybe that's where my mind was going. So another punt. Three straight.
Good kick. Returnable.
Returnable, and it'll become bench side here. Left return is on. Maverick Butt will take it inside the 30-yard line for the Wildcats. So the work for Edgar Dan defensively is paid off because, again, they kicked off from the 40 to begin this game. And after a punt, a turnover and downs, and a punt, we're now inside the 30 for Edgar.
Yeah, this is Edgar's third possession. They have gotten more yards on defense than they have on offense so far.
Ashland checks in, and, of course, the big hurt, Frank Thomas. And Frank, this is Ottawa, Illinois' Marquette Academy. They were 9-0 last year. They did lose in the second round of the playoffs, but they were 9-0 in the regular season last year out of Ottawa, Illinois. Here's Tucker Strite rolling right, and that pass hits the turf. He had Maverick Butt over there. He also had Stonky in that direction, but it wasn't particularly close to either.
Nope. The really good throw to the 16-yard line marker.
Connor checks in. All right, Connor, I'll give you your opinion. It's been a defensive battle here. Connor's not impressed with the offense. But it's been a defensive battle. And this is...
The teams are feeling each other out.
They really are. Yeah, they really are. I think something's going to give here. Here's a give to Gavin Maurer. And Maurer carries it ahead for a healthy gain of 7.
Yep, so third and short, 4 down territory for sure.
Oh, inside the 20. Yep, we are. Tell you what, we're going to do here, Dan. We're inside the Security Health Plan red zone. Security Health Plan promises kept plain and simple. I'm going to do that the rest of the year. I just made that up.
Well, they were the sponsor of a red zone channel, so that makes sense.
I suppose there is some continuity there. So we get a look at Highway 51 out across from us, and somebody's naughty out there. Cops are talking to somebody. Here's Tucker, makes one move and then falls, and is going to lose a few. It's going to end up a loss of 4. We're going to bring up 4th and 6.
Yeah, a little surprised in that play call. I'm not one to know what to run there, but I would say that you just ran up the middle for 6 or 7. Maybe try it again, but you have to keep the defense guessing, right? And that's a big part of this.
I mentioned Trevor and Ryan down in the trailer making this thing look good. I've got Sam to my left too. He's making sure you get to see all the action with our third camera on the broadcast today. Here's Tucker on the reverse pivot, and he's got his man Stonky and a first down for the Wildcats.
Stonky looked like he was surprised it was coming to him already.
Okay, the coaches next door here can chill out a little bit, can't they? He just slammed the door.
I thought maybe it was the wind. I don't know.
Oh.
It could have been.
Okay, good excuse.
Yeah,
it
why
was
is
the
there
wind.
a rope on this door?
Well, it's actually a tug rope for us. We haul up our cables with the ropes. It is ours, but it looks dangerous now, doesn't it? Here's Maverick Butts spinning out of one tackle, pushing ahead. He's going to have 5, and it's going to be 2nd and 5 upcoming for Edgar. So a little drive going here for the Wildcats.
Was that the first down of the game? It might have been.
It was the first.
Yeah.
Yes, it was the first down of the game just a bit ago on that 4th down pass from Strite to Stonke. Does Edgar have a German kicker this year, Connor? Good gravy. I have no idea of their nationality. Connor, I'm done. I'm through with you for the rest of the night. Here's Strite, handoff, butt up the middle. And
pushing ahead.
Going to get a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd and a 3. Yep, 3rd and a solid 3 coming up. Connor, we do have a Polish play-by-play guy here, though. Hello, friends.
I know. Is Zaleski Polish? Oh, wait, it is definitely, yes.
Even if you didn't know my last name, just look at me. I'm a Polak in every way.
Well, number 12 was already going out wide.
Not a pass.
I don't know if it's going.
Not a pass. No. Here's the 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats now inside the 10-yard line. Strite, and he will take it himself, and he has the line to gain plus 1.5 yards of cushion. It's 1st and goal, Wildcats.
Yeah. That's a couple times that Edgar ran it right up the middle. That was a quarterback keeper, and a really good, smart play. Just followed the center straight up. Pass what would be the nose tackle, right, into that 2nd level, and that's enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, they've got a traditional defensive line where nobody is over the ball, like where a nose tackle would be, so that was an obvious choice. We're going to get a timeout here. Crusaders, timeout on the field. You're watching the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week, presented by Security Health Plan.
MP&C is a leading designer, fabricator, and installer of stainless steel process systems. Founded in 1992, MP&C serves a wide range of industries, including dairy, chemical, and water treatment. The company specializes in engineered-to-order solutions. We deliver high-performance solutions and career opportunities for local residents. MP&C continues to grow, emphasizing dedication to craftsmanship and community impact.
And back here in DeForest as we get ready for this 1st and goal. The Crusaders and Ken Carlson took that timeout as they are being pushed backwards here on this Edgar Wildcat drive now inside the 5-yard line. Full house backfield for the Wildcats. Here's Strite. Handoff goes to Maverick Butt. Butt down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
He had momentum, and the Crusaders group of tacklers bent him backwards, and it's going to land at
the flag.
Well, yeah, I think there was some talk about the bending backwards situation. We'll see what they come up with here. I mean, to talk about it, I mean between the players, right? There were some words about the twisting.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Well, if it's on Edgar, it's going to put them in quite a bind if they were the ones trash talking after that.
End of the quarter.
And end of the quarter is here. You're watching the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week, presented by Security Health Plan.
At Nicolay Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $20 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicolaybank.com. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
In trucking, trust isn't given, it's earned. At Derico Logistics, LLC, we've built our reputation mile by mile, load by load. Our team knows that every delivery carries more than freight. It carries someone's promise. From cross-country hauls to local routes, we move with precision, reliability, and a commitment to being there when it matters most. Our drivers are professionals. Our equipment is maintained to the highest standard. You call, we haul. That's all.
And there we see the setting sky. They call that a cotton candy sky, Dan Ross. Dan Ross and me, Jason Zaleski here. Got Trevor and Ryan in the truck giving you those, in the trailer, giving you those shots. And here is 2nd and goal now. It was a defensive penalty, that personal foul. It was a penalty worth about a foot of yardage, but with the tackle, or is tackled and no gain on the play, it's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
Man, that would have been a great time for a little play action, something in the flat.
Wisconsin sports on the Mr. Bogdanovich checks in. Yeah, no, they have never played. These two have never played before. Edgar, Wisconsin, and Ottawa, Illinois. This is a unique, once in a lifetime and never to be had again matchup. So 3rd and goal now for the Wildcats. They go back to the full house backfield. Tucker Strite, the snap. He'll take it himself, and he is in. Yeah. Wildcats touchdown.
Just a little bit of a wrinkle with the play call there, right? And that's really tough to defend, especially if you don't see it a lot, because you have 3 running backs and you're trying to figure out what hole the back's going to come in, and then the quarterback comes in and not even expecting it.
Well, and Tucker was doing the same thing. As he took that handoff, he paused for a moment to see where the hole was going to be and then shot through. I guarantee you he's got an option to go left or right there, wherever the hole developed, and he hit it hard. And now this play will be stopped before it ever happened, and it's going to be a 2-point conversion now from the 7-yard line for the Wildcats.
I would say maybe you kick it now, but there's 0% chance.
No, we just might get a passing play on the 2-point instead of a run play. That's all that will happen here. But, not what Coach Jerry Sins and his coaching staff wanted to see. Not what anybody wanted to see there. Bruce, the game is being played in DeForest, Wisconsin. We are in the northern, fringes of Dane County? Does that sound reasonable to say? Okay. Just past the Baraboo River. I saw that coming into the area. I know nothing about the Baraboo River.
We did some shopping in Madison.
Oh, yeah.
The wife and I before the game.
You giving me my gift later? Is that how this works?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the 2-point conversion now again, like I said, from the 7 after the 5-yard false start penalty. And a little
trickery.
Little rickety-do here, and the pass is deflected. It was eventually thrown by Gavin Maurer, but pass deflected, 2-point conversion fails. And your score just into the 2nd quarter, Edgar 6, Marquette Academy nothing on the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week, presented by Security Health Plan.
Warner Insurance Agency is a family-owned insurance business that has been helping customers with all of their property and casualty insurance needs for 3 generations. Let Warner Insurance help with your small business, farm, home, auto, and recreational vehicle insurance needs. Warner Insurance, proud supporter of the Edgar Wildcats. Located in Edgar, Wisconsin, Edgar Building Supply operates as a lumberyard and hardware store, assisting contractors, homeowners, and businesses with their building needs varying from roofing and siding to windows and cabinets. Their knowledgeable staff can assist you with planning your project, estimating costs, and drafting blueprints. Get started on your building project today with Edgar Building Supply.
Well, Dan, that drive started from around the 30, so about a 30-yard drive for Edgar. Ends with a Tucker Strite 1-yard or 2-yard-ish touchdown run. 2-point conversion did fail on the trickery-do, the trickarooski, as some might call it. So 6-0 here. We are just into the 2nd quarter. Again, we play neutral site football here in DeForest, Wisconsin. The Edgar, Wisconsin Wildcats and the Marquette Academy Crusaders out of Ottawa, Illinois. Thank you, Bruce, for the kind words.
Down by Joliet. Edgar needed a game because Rusholt does not have a team this year.
Yeah, they lost a team in their conference. Edgar did.
Yep.
Here's the kick return
slipped
by Jackson Higgins. And, you said it was slippery down on the field, and there we saw some evidence of it.
Yeah.
Connor wants to know why this is the game of the week. Well, we've got a Wisconsin team and an Illinois team. You don't get that very often.
2 really good teams.
And 2 teams with rich, tested history in their respective states. And Connor, the best reason? Because I said so.
Because we're here.
It's really
a little bit of a different look here.
Yep, handoff here going to the right is Jacoby Gooden, and Gooden is going to scratch out a few.
That might be their best offensive play of the game so far.
Yeah, turn the corner.
Gain 4 on the play, bring up 2nd and 6.
2 punts and a turnover on downs for Marquette Academy in the first quarter. This their first offensive drive here in the second.
Spreading out the defense a little bit here.
And here comes a handoff this way, and nice run. Handed off there, again, Jacoby Gooden. And Gooden comes up a little bit hobbled. I think he took a hit there from Gavin Maurer. Connor says that's valid. Dang right it's valid.
There is a flag on the field.
And holding on the Crusaders, and Ken Carlson is going to be out of his skin here soon.
Yeah, I was watching that, and it looked like it could have been a hold, kind of a 50-50 type of decision.
Okay.
It was a slot receiver on the near side here.
Ryan, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead and zoom in there on Coach Carlson. He's in that gray shirt. You just had him walking near the down marker. A little left of that. Left? Nope, left. That's right. All right, we'll get to him later. Here's 2nd and long now for there was Coach Carlson. Now we can show him. We got another penalty. So let's see Coach Carlson's reaction now as he strolls left. There he is. Yeah, keep going left. So there's Coach Carlson there, and you can see he's studying that play sheet right now, Dan, trying to find out what's coming up here on 2nd and very long. But first he's got to get his offensive line to sit still. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan. Again, Trevor doing all the work in the trailer.
Yeah, for those that have not seen the Zaleski Sports trailer, come out to one of our Game of the Weeks.
Yeah.
And you can see what we got. Screens everywhere. We have cameras everywhere.
It's something to see, isn't it?
Yeah. People are very impressed when they see it.
Yeah, last week, where were we? In Rice Lake, it was a tourist attraction. Here's a tip drill. Tucker Straight had hands on it. It looked like he was going to intercept it. Then Gavin Maurer had a shot at it. He couldn't bring it in, and it's an incomplete pass that was intended for Marcus Baker, and the Crusaders happy that fell to the turf.
Yeah, and that's why this is Division 6 football, right? This is small school football, so the same skill players you have on offense are the same skill players on the defensive end as well.
70% go both ways by and large. Yeah.
You have a running back and a quarterback back here.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so Crusaders up against it here. Yeah, third and very long. Swing pass, and they may have been a fumble there, Dan. Was ball out? No, ball wasn't out, but a loss of about 10 on the swing pass. And the Wildcats are all over that action in the backfield. You get to see that team speed on display right there.
Yeah, and I didn't say it on live here, but
yeah,
Edgar's not flashy, but they seem faster than they have in past years that I've seen them. They are flying around this field right now.
Well, that's what I told you before the game. They're fast and they will tackle anything.
Yep.
And we have seen that all game long. Yet another punt here for the Crusaders. On 4th and about 25, and that's not a joke. It's about 4th and 25. Here's Maurer on the return. He'll keep it himself. Another return right. A block in the back upcoming here, so this won't stand, whatever Gavin does, as he'll be slung down and he'll eventually just give himself up. But we've got 2 flags for the same block in the back.
Yeah, you could see as soon as and it wasn't even necessary, right? The runner was already turned the corner coming upfield and came from the backside and just put 2 hands on the guy. It didn't push him too much, but it wasn't obvious.
Trevor, did you have that? As Trevor looks for that, I want to say a special shout out to Drew from Ramstein Air Force Base. And Drew says, thanks for making the game available. Thank you, Drew, for watching.
Thanks for your service.
From a long ways away. And early in the morning, too. Good morning. I hope your breakfast is good.
Guten Tag.
Yes, that's right. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and what hurts on that is it's a spot penalty as well.
So here we'll see it right at the 46-yard line, and he puts his hands up right away, but by then it's too late. The hands up, all that does is confirm the penalty at that point.
Yep.
But as it is, Edgar, thank you, Trevor. Edgar with the ball in their own territory now. Could have had it down to about the 10. Maybe more. I think Gavin kind of let up because he saw the penalty happen right in front of him. Here's Maverick Butt following a blocker, and down the field he goes. Gain of 7 or 8 on the lead block there, Dan, from Alex Schneider. He led the way.
Yeah. You got a big guy out in front of you running almost as hard as you are. Pretty good. And we're seeing a little bit of a shift here now, right? Edgar just drove down the field. They had the ball for, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 minutes of game clock plus some timeouts and stuff.
Yep. Quarter break, yeah.
You did nothing offensively if you're the Crusaders, and now you're up against it again. Start out carving for 7 right off the bat.
So here's 2nd and short. All plays are available here for the Wildcats, and this will be a pitch to the right to Graham, and Graham's going to get taken down, though, behind the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle there from Jackson Higgins. Higgins, a 5'10" senior for the Crusaders.
Easy for us to say because he had a blocker coming to help him out, and maybe he cut inside there.
In film study, he'll see it.
We're in the press box, right?
Yeah, we're
easy for us.
And we are highly perched. I believe Rick, the athletic director. By the way, the Rick and everybody else here at DeForest, great today. He said this was the highest building in DeForest, so we're sitting in it right now, and we're high up.
Well, it looks like it.
Butt's going to get about a yard. Yeah, only the scorekeeper and the PA are above us. There's another level yet to this thing.
Well, it was a lot of steps to climb up here.
Yes. And it's funny, right? It's the same amount of steps to get down to the field from here, but it seemed like less just walking down the bleachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to punt here, I would guess.
Yeah, punt team is on. Put the Crusaders deep, who you've had no trouble stopping thus far, right? So absolutely, a punt is a good call here from the Wildcats coaching staff. And the punt is away by Gavin Maurer, and it's going to check up inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line. Another coffin corner. That's 2 in a row for the Wildcats, Dan.
Yeah, that ball did not get more than 10 feet off the ground, but sometimes it doesn't have to. If that's a high kick, that's probably fair caught, or it's caught at the 20-yard line and keeping it low.
A high kick? What about a haiku? We'll do one of those later. I want to tell folks about Door Pro, and I've got a personal story to tell. But first, whether you need new garage doors or an adjustment, stop and see Door Pro just east of Stratford. Give them a call or like them on Facebook. And we got another pre-snap here. It's going to go on the Crusaders. Or is it? This may be something on Edgar. Now that I open my big mouth before I tell the story, it is on Edgar. They were jumpy this time. So I called Door Pro. Now, I happen to know Fred, the proprietor there at Door Pro. I had a garage door opener installed a couple weeks ago. We had to make some changes at the estate with some things. We kind of a service door, but now we wanted it automatic, right? We're lazy.
Welcome to the 1990s.
Thank you. Now all the doors are automatic, and but Door Pro came and did the work, and they made it really easy. And I'm not, for sure they're a sponsor, right? But I'm not going to BS anybody here. They came out, they did great work. They came out right away, got us fixed up. I wasn't even home, and they came in, got the work done. Rachel was so excited because it's her car that got shuttled to that side of the garage, and so now, and it runs so smooth, Dan, that it's like butter going up and down. We got a face mask call on the Wildcats, so it's going to be a first down coming up for the Crusaders.
The first one. And
then, so here's what Rachel does after the garage door. This is how excited she was. By the way, it's getting a little chilly here, isn't it? I got to get my jacket at halftime. She takes video and posts it everywhere and shares it with people that she knows and about a garage door going up and down. But she was enthralled.
She is a big Instagram celebrity.
She is. Yeah. She does get residuals from the gram. Good for her. It's about time she did something with her time. So here's Couch now under center. Haven't seen this much today. Double wing offense, and Couch got a man wide open, and the pass complete to Jackson Higgins, and Higgins is gone.
Big play.
That is a 75-yard touchdown toss from Couch to Higgins, and we are square at 6 here in DeForest.
Couch swimming the entire field, chasing him down, arms going.
We were talking earlier about John Elway football on NES. That looked like John Elway football there. That was well executed by the Crusaders. And how about that? A pass from under center. I advocate for that. The shotgun, get rid of it.
Catch and throw, wide open, just ran past the secondary.
So the Crusaders will, in kind, run a 2-point conversion. We heard from Coach Carlson that was going to be the order of the day, 2-point conversion. So here is Couch in the shotgun from the 2-yard line. Pass is incomplete. I just like that guy to be under center from the 2-yard line. But I know that's the old man talking, right? It doesn't happen anymore. I get it.
That is the old man talking.
6-6, 7-12 before the half. You're watching the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week, presented by Security Health Plan.
Greg's Groots Appliance is the place for all your home appliance needs. Let owners Greg and Tammy Kornak, along with their staff, provide you with quality appliances. Greg's Gruettes Appliance offers professional delivery, installation, and our own service department, located in Merrill and proudly serving all of central Wisconsin. Greg's Gruettes Appliance, service with Wildcat pride.
All right, back here in DeForest, we are knotted up at 6. What do we have, Dan? Probably officially a 2-yard touchdown run from Tucker Strite, a 75-yard touchdown pass, Couch to Higgins, and both 2-point conversions were passes. They fell to the ground. We're tied at 6. That's my synopsis. I hope you liked it.
Yeah, really wasn't bad. That's about if those are the only plays that you've seen. A lot of punts, turnover on downs. Yeah, kind of a gut punch if you are an Edgar Wildcats fan, because the Crusaders had done very little up to that point, and you get complacent. You play up, but then someone runs past you, and now it's tied.
So here's the ensuing kickoff, fielded at the 15-yard line, and a good return underway here. It does get stopped just past the 30. Good second effort there. Good surge from the Wildcats kick return team. Offense comes back on the field. We've got a weather delay over in Greenwood. They had national anthem. It's Colby and Loyal Greenwood. So they had anthem, and then they went to weather delay over there. So if you're looking for that game.
I did not know it was going to storm tonight.
Well, I didn't either. So, well, I shouldn't say that. We did some different things around here for our game today because there is a chance of rain coming through here around 10 o'clock, and we didn't want to be in a situation where we had to abandon ship before the game was done. So we kind of had an inkling as well. But
yeah, we had a little bit of that last week.
Yeah, that was cold
Big
rain.
play.
Though. Here goes Maurer to the outside across the 50 and ushered out of bounds a run of, what are we going to have here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35 yard lines for 35 yards for Gavin Maurer. I'm looking at the radar here. I'm trying to walk and chew gum at the same time. Yeah, sure, though. Look at that. So we got the line of rain coming into western Wisconsin. And so it's got some depth to it. It's not severe.
It doesn't look red.
Yeah.
But there's probably some lightning in there.
Well, it just takes one little rumble of thunder. You don't even have to see the lightning.
Yeah.
And they shut the whole darn thing down. So that's what happened over in Greenwood. So, but they have the note on the screen, so pay attention. You'll be fine.
Not much going this time, right up the middle for one.
Uno.
Tackled by Grant Doze.
Grant Doze gets his name called again on the tackling end. Let's see here. Stratford, Wittenberg, Burnhamwood. That had some intrigue. 7-6 Stratford as they play. Still 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
I get asked
slow-moving game.
Quite a bit about Stratford.
Yeah.
Like what's wrong with Stratford? What's going on with them?
That's what people say.
Tough schedule to start. New coach. They're going to get it figured out, though.
So run left. I'll go for a few on Butts carry. Mark him down for 4 more. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats. McWanago 14, Oconomowoc nothing. I take a look there. In a weather delay also in Durand.
Well, that's right in it, right?
Yeah, Durand. Well, no, never mind. They're good.
Okay. I mean, Durand is out west. They probably already had that.
Probably raining, but it's probably moved past. Yep, you're absolutely right. Eau Claire would be the next one. It's Superior at Eau Claire North. Oh, yeah, it looks dark there. On the feed, it looks dark. Superior winning over Eau Claire North 7-0. As rain, it's probably raining on the north side right now in Eau Claire. Here's Stripe back to pass on 3rd down. Thought about it. Now goes forward. Flips it to Maurer. Ball's in the air and intercepted by the Crusaders. Tip drill perfected by Marquette Academy. As that one is brought in by who? Here, Dan, we got to get a number as they separate. Well, that's the quarterback, Anthony Couch. Yeah. So he can throw it. He can catch it from his defensive back spot. And
kind of a gift.
Advantage Crusaders.
Yeah. Just a gift. It was actually a good pass. It just got batted up in the air.
Marathon and Amherst playing. Amherst already up 22-7. 9 minutes left before half, so Falcons on their way to 4-0. I'm not going to have decision desk on that one yet, but the other interesting one you and I talked about earlier was Cadott and Grantsburg. Cadott 3-0, Grantsburg 3-0. Grantsburg, the ranked team, they are ranked number 1 in Division 5, and they are scoreless near the end of the first quarter, so the Cadott Hornets holding their own at home. Cadott ranked 16th, though, by the way. So 2 ranked teams locking horns in Cadott.
Couch keeps it himself for a chunk of yards, 5. Second and manageable.
Yeah, I say locked horns, but what is a hornet and a pirate? How do they tangle? How does that work? Is that hornet kind of in the pirate's hat, swirling around in there?
You know, I was
annoying it. Go ahead.
I was thinking a little bit. What do the hornets and wasps do in the winter? Because there's a lot of them outside right now.
I think they go underground. Here's Couch. I mean that. I think they burrow. Couch pass to the outside. Another one defended well by Edgar, and I think we're going to get a
hold or a face mask. It's one or the other.
I think it's a hold coming up.
I don't know what else it could be.
On the Crusader receiver that was out there in that, what do you call it, somewhat of a bubble screen out there.
They're going back.
And hold. That's what I saw from here, and I'm a long ways away. That's what I saw.
Yeah, as someone who spent a couple seasons as a line judge.
Yeah, you should know something. Shouldn't you?
You're not going to miss that one. It is right in front of you.
Lakeland 10, Mosney 7. Boy, these games are slow. Unless they haven't moved the quarter along on our scoreboard. That's probably more likely. It's probably first half rather than the first quarter.
How about the Iola Assumption score? Assumption coming off a win last week.
Assumption actually gets a ranking. They're ranked 20th in Division 7 out of that, and they are tied with Iola Scandinavia 14-all. Maybe I was wrong about the Royals, Dan. Maybe. So here's second and long, and this will be a run. It's got some promise to it, and
good tackle.
Lowers the shoulder there, does Connor Baker. And Baker runs for about the holding yardage back. Give him 10 on the gain. It's going to be 3rd and 5 now for Marquette Academy.
Tucker Straight, open field tackle. It's a good thing he made that tackle because he had a head of speed. And
I said a head promise, and I meant it.
Big body runner.
So here's, I'd say, a somewhat important 3rd down here after the turnover for both teams. Couch, play action pass. He will pass. Throws across the middle, and Mauer knocks it down. Put his paw in front of the intended receiver, Jackson Higgins, and said, "Not today."
Yeah. Good defensive play. Didn't go through the receiver. Kept his hand off his back. Well coached. This has been a good game. Clock, we are blessed a little bit if we're interested in a quick game because a lot of run plays.
If that's what you're in for.
Yeah.
You know what? If it's a competitive game, I'll stay till 1 in the morning.
We've done it before.
Here's the punt sent away by Luke McCullough. And that will drift out of bounds near the 35 of the Wildcats. And I got to tell some folks here, Dan. Get help finding your next career at Express Employment Professionals with locations in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Learn more at Express Pros. That's expresspros.com. Let's open up our chat box again. We're scrolling through the other scores up here. You see them on the bottom of your screen as well. What do we have here? Connor, Ashland, Rush wants to know. Okay, so Rush says that Marquette was 6-5 last year. Okay, well, thank you, Rush. What I'll say is it wasn't exactly easy finding information on your team from last year. What came to me said 9-0. You say you were 6-5. Thank you, Rush. Hope you're enjoying the game today. So, Rush, let me ask you: 6-5 and lost in the second round of the playoffs? Question mark. Maybe what I was given was only half right. And to some extent, Dan, what happened last year?
How do we know?
Who cares? Well, who cares? Sometimes, it's fun to talk about initially, but we're deep into this game. What are you seeing here?
A little bit of change of momentum. Edgar's moved the ball better than the Crusaders have for most of the game. Edgar just had the turnover. That was the first turnover of the game, correct?
Yep.
The Crusaders had the big long play, but besides for that, they haven't moved the ball. So I mean, I think it's two evenly matched teams. I feel like Edgar's gotten the better of the game so far for what it's worth. It's 6-6 on the scoreboard, and that's what matters. But I think that if you're both coaches, you are not frustrated, but you're not happy either.
So from the 30, thank you, Dan. From the 37 come the Wildcats here. 3:50 to play before half. And Strite will hand off to Maurer, and Maurer lost his footing a bit. He's still going to gain 3 on the play. He would have liked to dig those cleats in a little better.
Yeah, I think if you're Edgar here, this has to be the last possession of the half.
Correct. Because you kick to start the second half. Oh, no, you do receive, don't you?
The Wildcats will get it to start.
So even more important, right? We're going to end on our terms, and then we start in the second half with the ball. Okay, so here's the 2nd and 7. Another handoff to Maurer, and he will get a yard, and that's all thanks to Bladen Castle, 6'4" sophomore for the Crusaders.
Yeah, the defenders are 7-8 inches taller than the ball carrier there.
Well, they are, right? I mean, Castle goes 6'4", Maurer a good 5'10", so half a foot difference.
Yeah, obvious from up here. I mean, we're half a mile away.
His roster says 6 feet, but I've stood next to Gavin before.
Big third down here. Edgar has not had a whole lot of success passing. One completion the entire game so far.
It was a big one on 4th down, but it is just the one, and we get a pre-snap penalty. The Wildcats will be backed up 3rd and long upcoming after the false start.
False start on the offense.
Yeah, Tucker Strite a little bit upset. Threw a pass to the line judge that was that one of the linemen put his paw up and caught it. It's a good thing because I don't even know if the official was watching.
And why would he expect a bullet
It was
pass?
a spiral. It was right at him. It was going right for his head.
So this is officially going to be 3rd and 12.
This is probably 3rd and too long for the Wildcats.
Well, it's a hike from here.
Yep.
But here is Strite. He will draw back to pass. 2, now 3 in the in the formation, and that is thrown to the water cooler, and it's going to be a punt coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of a football strategy here, right? If you don't think you're going to get it, and if you're Tucker Strite, maybe you just tuck it and run another 30 seconds off the clock.
Drew asking, enrollment for Marquette Academy about 160, Edgar about 180, so yeah.
Close.
Yeah, if it was a team in Wisconsin and there were no performance factor awards, it'd be a Division 7 team. If that were to be the case, which is traditionally where Edgar is, but they have been too good recently. Now they're in Division 6 performance factor. And another nice punt for the Wildcats. They've gotten the benefit of all the rolls tonight, haven't they?
Yeah, and I mean, good hang time. I don't know why he doesn't kick off. But
well, maybe after the game, I know they all watch the broadcast back. They may heed your advice.
Well,
for better or for worse. 2:16 left before the half now, and one more go at it for the Crusaders. I don't know that either coach is happy here at halftime. And in the same breath, they're probably not that upset either. Again, not knowing anything about either team. So what are your expectations? Of course, you want to be in the lead at halftime, but I don't think there's anything to be too ruffled feathers about either on either side.
You know what's funny about that is I just said that 5 minutes ago, and that's why you're the best play-by-play man in the business.
I'm happy to be here.
Turn the corner. Quick first down.
I love Lamp. Well, what folks at home don't know is we hardly ever do listen to each other for various reasons, but we have a multitude of responsibilities up here, so I do get distracted from time to time.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, it was great insight. I'm glad we're on the same
we're in
page.
agreement, right?
Yeah.
And there's something to be said about that.
Yeah. Now,
as I'm multitasking right now.
Before the punt, looks like this is a penalty and it's going to be coming back. Before the punt, Edgar threw the ball out of bounds, didn't take the extra 30 seconds off the clock. So 2:10, that could be 1:30, and 1:30 from back here is Really tough.
Yeah, with just the 2 timeouts and a long ways to go, especially the way that the defenses have been holding serve here tonight.
Yeah, now 2:10 is still daunting, right?
Did you bring that up because of Bears-Vikings on Monday night? Is that why this rings true to you?
I didn't.
Okay. Well, every second is precious in football. That's the point,
It's
right?
true, but the NFL teams have a better chance to put a drive together in 2 minutes than Division 7 football teams.
Fair enough. Fake. Nobody was much going forward, and that holding penalty somewhat disastrous for the Crusaders at the end of the half. Kind of puts any hope to rest of a. And you got to break one. But if it's traditional offense, I wonder though on a third down here if Edgar gets that, if they are not willing to call the timeout on the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Crusaders they're gonna milk the play clock here.
Yeah,
in no hurry.
I mean, if you're Edgar, you get the ball back with 30, 40 seconds. What are you going to do with it? Right. I think both teams are content on just getting into the locker room, unless you break one.
Here comes end around to Bladen Castle, and that will not be broke. So here's my question answered, no timeout. No, there it is. So, okay, we do get the timeout. If I was a coach, and I never would be, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
We've got 1:19 to play before the half. We're square at 6 here on the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week, presented by Security Health Plan.
It's what you do in Madden.
Located in Edgar, Wisconsin, Edgar Building Supply operates as a lumberyard and hardware store, assisting contractors, homeowners, and businesses with their building needs varying from roofing and siding to windows and cabinets. Their knowledgeable staff can assist you with planning your project, estimating costs, and drafting blueprints. Get started on your building project today with Edgar Building Supply. Greg's Groots Appliance is the place for all your home. Van Ert Electric is an established leader in the electrical industry in the upper Midwest since 1964 with 5 locations in Wisconsin and a sister company in Michigan. We offer our customers a broad range of services from electrical construction, telecommunications, process controls, HVAC controls, thermal imaging, and arc flash evaluations for your industrial and commercial.
We had Manfred Mann entertaining us at that commercial, and it's about the third time we've heard the Manfred Mann song tonight. Jim has got to get a new music library. I'll call them out. Jim Steinke here on the PA. It's an Edgar home game, so everybody, scorekeeper, PA, it's all the same stuff. And Manfred Mann, I don't mind it once, but the third time, no thanks. And we're going to get a timeout now. Crusaders, they didn't like what happened coming out of that timeout. So we will step aside one more time, our last commercial break before the half on the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week, presented by Security Health Plan.
At Hogum Law Firm, we work tirelessly to provide the best in estate planning, probate, trust administration, and long-term care nursing home planning in central Wisconsin. In this changing world, we can accommodate virtual and telephone conferences for your convenience or face-to-face meetings in a safe space. Call us today to learn more. Hogum Law Firm, estate planning and elder law.
Cropping Central, conveniently located between Edgar and Stratford on County Road N, 715-352-2843. Let Cropping Central take care of your field plans, yield mapping, crop scouting, and crop protection, including hail insurance. Cropping Central, 715-352-2843, and visit them on County Road N, west of Edgar.
Saw him in concert once. Yeah.
Out of the Marquette timeout, here's a 3rd and 20.
3rd and long ways.
Yeah, and yes, correctly runs the ball, and it will be tackled. It'll force the Wildcats to call their second timeout. They do, and it's going to be it's a 4th and long. Got about a yard or 2 on the handoff there to Bladen Castle. And so now, 2 things are going to happen here, Dan. Edgar, first off, they're going to call the punt return, and we've been punt return right for the last 4 punts. And so something that Edgar likes, and I think what Edgar likes, and a lot of teams do, is maybe it's right or left, but it's bench side, right? We want to return to our side here, so the coaches can help direct traffic on the punt return, and then on the offensive side, right? We want to get those first 2 plays. We want to, nothing is scripted, but in this way, the offensive coaches now during this timeout are essentially choosing the first 2 plays they're going to run with just the one timeout for about the final 60 seconds of the first half. That's what's going on now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Edgar has done the option return a couple times, where you hand it off, you don't hand it off.
Yeah.
So
we stick the ball out there anyway to at least freeze the punt team coming down, at least to get them to slow a little bit.
Mauer and Butt.
Mauer and Butt, as it's been.
They do like returning to the right. It's on the right hash mark.
Well, this is a great position for a bench return. So they kick it to Mauer right at the 48-yard line. Again, coming this way, and like clockwork. And able to turn the corner is Mauer, and he's going to be inside the 35. And that time, I never pick on a guy for a penalty, but Wyatt Klocksheim had that block in the back last time. This time, got in better position and then put his hands out in front of the other team and did it well.
Yeah, and I tell you what, maybe we'll take a look at this at some other point, but he got run over and took two guys down. Like he sacrificed himself for the return, and it opened it up another 10, 15 yards because he was there and he kind of fell backwards, taking out a guy, and someone else tripped over him.
So I said there'd be 60 seconds before the half. 59. I'm sorry I was so wrong.
0.3.
Thank you. So I was off by 0.7 seconds.
Do you think that DeForest has a buzzer on the clock like they did at Newman?
I thought I heard something at the first quarter, honestly. Yeah, it's completely useless, the buzzer, at a football stadium.
So tenths of seconds.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I mean, they do have tenths of seconds for track and stuff, right? Because sometimes...
I think the tenths of seconds are coming in to the NFHS as a rule in the next year. So, all right, here's Tucker Strite now, and it's going to be a backwards pass. It's hauled in by Maverick Butt. Butt now will angle towards the sideline, get out of bounds to stop the clock after a gain of 7. Yeah. Your car is unlocked, Dan.
Yeah, my wife is driving around Madison.
Leaving the doors unlocked.
Probably spending money, if I had to guess.
Okay. I wouldn't leave the doors unlocked in Dane County.
Well, she's probably just getting in the car.
Oh, I see. Well, get in quick and lock them real fast. No, I don't know. I'm just joking.
It's like the Seinfeld episode where Jerry brought a date home to his apartment, and they pretend that they're being chased, and he's got the keys out.
Yeah. It's a good practice scenario. Yeah. So it's a gain of 6 on the pass officially. It's 2nd and 4 from the 30-yard line. Here is Strite now. Play action pass. Rolls right. And
nobody's open.
Going to have to throw this one away. Although he will heave to the end zone, but that's out of bounds. Yeah. It's about the pass was intended for Anthony Trubicki, by the way. So Tony tried to tiptoe on the end zone there, but that was about the only option that Tucker had, just to heave it.
When we talked to Coach Carlson before the game, we did ask him, a lot of high-scoring games, what's going on? And he did say that they're a little susceptible to the pass, or at least they have been this year. And he probably knew watching Edgar that Edgar's not going to throw the ball a whole lot. But, Edgar trying to open it up a little bit, but, defense has been good.
Well, let's see here on the 3rd down. They have one timeout left, but it is another pass coming up for Strite. Under pressure, throws, got a man open and underthrew it. Could have been a touchdown if he had let him, Dan.
Well, kind of flopped out of his wrist a little bit.
Well, he was under pressure, like I said from the beginning. That pass was intended for Dom Contreras. If that pass is able to zip in there, it's a touchdown. Tucker coming here to explain to his coaches why it didn't work out.
Well, they don't have a kicker that can kick a 47-yarder.
Who does?
Some Division I schools. Yeah. I think the Everest kicker kicked a 50-something yarder.
I was watching an NFL game on Sunday, and the announcer, whoever it was, said, the team didn't feel that so-and-so could kick, and it was 47. That was out of his range. That's very unheard of these days in the NFL.
I don't think the Bears kicker could kick 47 yards. At least not straight. He had a 51-yarder that looked like it was going to be short.
Here's the 4th down play now as Strite back to pass. Under pressure again right away. Flips it forward. And this is going to be a turnover on downs. Oh, ball may be out anyway. There's 28 seconds left. And one timeout for Marquette Academy. In either way, right, you shrugged it off because in either way the ball is on the 35, ball out or not.
Yeah, that's an interesting play call and a really good job by the Crusader defense of staying home.
Yeah.
Because it'd be really easy to have all 4 linemen kind of rush at him. And then you have the little flip pass, and all of a sudden you have a whole bunch of green in front of you. But they had two guys that stayed home. Really good job by the Crusaders.
Get to show you St. Mary Catholic Hard Knocks, portion of episode 3 from this week at halftime. Make sure to stay tuned for that. We'll get the timeout here. Dan and I will also give you our thoughts on the first half, as mind-bending as they may be.
Maybe scores of all the games.
I can't. The 16 others? You better start writing them down now. We can give a few. You know, you've got one right here you know about.
That scroll seems... Is that scrolling, the scores on the bottom, is that scrolling slower than usual? Or
Well,
is that
so
just
we
because
can-
we're not in the trailer?
No, I think that's a good speed for me, so I can read the scores. You know, Trevor's in there. Trevor takes care of that, and 8 other things. Ryan as well in the trailer, doing all the work. Now, as you say it though, Trevor may have sped that up. Trevor, don't do that on Dan's
it
suggestion.
looks like it. It looks like it.
Yeah, don't listen to the
Whoa!
man
That was
behind
super
the curtain. Yeah, Trevor's messing with you now. He's got all the buttons,
Yep.
and he knows how to work all of them. Now, I thought the first speed was good for me. Nina 15, Kakana nothing. That's a good game. We will be in the Fox Valley next week for our game of the week. Kimberly and Appleton North. It's
Yeah.
a doozy.
If you want to see the trailer, come to Kimberly next week.
Yep. Here's a pass from Couch, and that'll be nope, it'll be deflected. It'll go down as incomplete, in and out of the hands of the defending Dom Contreras.
I like trying to go up top, though. Push the issue.
Give it a whirl, right?
Yeah.
With 20-some seconds left.
Well, especially when your wide receiver is probably 5 inches taller than the corner.
Who was the intended receiver? Was that
21.
Yeah, 21. So we've got 6'4" going up against 5'11"
Yeah.
there. So you got 5-6 inches. Yeah, it's worth a shot.
It was underthrown a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a good idea.
23 seconds and no timeouts now for the Crusaders. 2nd and 10. Look for another pass here from Captain Obvious. And of course I'd be wrong. It's a handoff. And handoff is going to go for about 6. And that is likely going to be the last play of this first half, Dan Ross.
Gain of 7 on the play.
They're going to try to get another
Well,
one
they
off.
better hurry. Got to get lined up. Got to get 9 all the way on the other side. That's Debernardi over there. They do get the play off, though, and Couch will heave. And it will be intercepted. So it'll be Marshall Albrecht with an interception for the Wildcats. And that is how our first half will end. It's going to be a turnover stat that maybe somebody will talk about later, but it's one we'll remember that had nothing to do with anything. It's one of those kind. Special stat for it.
We thought we were going to have a good one. Here we are.
Here we are. We are tied at 6, and this is the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week presented by Security Health Plan.
Game of the week.
Edgar Lanes is a proud sponsor of Edgar Football. We offer a wide range of youth and adult leagues, tournaments, fundraisers, and bowling parties. Also, try our delicious homemade pizza or something off the grill. Edgar Lanes, where friends and family come to meet. At BAME Insurance Agency, our staff has a genuine interest in finding insurance solutions for you. We'll make finding insurance easy for you by shopping and comparing quotes from multiple companies. As an independent agency, we are a more flexible and competitive option and will tend to your present needs, while also anticipating any changes in your future. BAME Insurance, providing high-quality insurance in central Wisconsin since 1938.
Looking for reliable expert electrical work? Trust JPS Electric LLC, your locally owned electrical pros with over 20 years of experience. From residential wiring to commercial upgrades, we power your home and business with quality you can count on. Proud supporter of the Edgar Wildcats. Go Cats!
All right, halftime here. We are knotted up at 6. Jason Zaleski here, and Dan Ross is putting a teleprompter together. We've got some special guests coming up here at the halftime. 6-all. We took a look, at some of these guys before the game, and Anthony Couch was one that stood out to us before the game, and he has commanded this offense for the Crusaders, and we see Anthony Couch here with that 75-yard touchdown pass that went to Bladen Castle, and he was definitely a first-half standout for the Crusaders, and accounted for what turns out to be the only touchdown in the first half for Marquette Academy. Dan, anything on Couch, quarterback?
He has had some really nice passes. Yeah. Couch has had some really nice passes. He obviously had the big touchdown pass, which was the big play of the game so far. But he has had a couple of nice runs. He's commanded the offense. The Edgar defense has just been really tough to this point.
All right, and then I wrote down Wyatt Clocksheim, 54. He had that big block earlier for the Wildcats in leading the charge on the offensive line for Edgar.
Yeah. Offensively, Edgar has really struggled to get chunks of yards, and that's what we're used to seeing. And that's what Edgar has done so far this year, is getting chunks of yards in the second half because they wear teams down throughout the game in the second half. And we saw it last week against Auburndale.
Hang on to it. Yep.
Where Auburndale was in that game, but Edgar punishes you throughout the game. They keep coming at you, and probably what Edgar's hoping happens here in the second half is the same.
And I meant 64. I had a mistake. Trevor's got it right on the screen. Alex Schneider, he had that big block. It was Wyatt redeeming himself on the punt return later on. But yeah, Alex helping to lead the way offensively for his squad. All right, well, we're going to turn over to our special guest, Ryan. Let's hit our press box camera here, and these kids here are going to send us to commercial. Go ahead, guys.
You're watching Edgar Football on Zaleski Sports.
Looking for a delicious Friday fish fry, homemade pizza, or a juicy burger? Stop by the Rail Trail in Fenwood on your way to your local sporting event. We'll be streaming every Edgar Wildcats football game live from Zaleski Sports, so you can cheer on the team while enjoying great food, cold drinks, and good company. Whether you're here for the pregame, postgame, or just a night out, the Rail Trail is your hometown spot for great food and hometown pride.
Make your next event a memorable one with D&T Rentals. Choose from several inflatable bounce houses, obstacle courses, and water slides. Or make a splash in our dunk tank. We also offer tents, tables, and chairs for the perfect party package. D&T Rentals is a family business who serves all of central and northern Wisconsin. We set up and pick up for a hassle-free experience. Visit us online at dntbouncerentals.com or call 715-892-0959 today.
Looking for a unique space to host your next event or business meeting? Check out the Milk House at Miltram Farms. You can view the cows being milked by the robots, play in the sand table, or start your own farm on the farm simulator. We have space for up to 125 people indoors, or you can sit outside and enjoy the farm views from our grain bin gazebo and make s'mores on the corn crib fireplace. Check us out on Facebook to see our upcoming events, or go to our website at miltramfarms.com to see availability.
Be a part of a Marshfield tradition at Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th. Start each morning with a potato or buttermilk pancake breakfast and shop over 125 handmade arts and craft vendors. Also, make sure to check out the Kids Zone, yummy food court with maple specialties, beer garden, and a comedic grilling show with TV's Mad Dog and Meryl. Don't miss the 33rd Annual Maple Fall Fest, Saturday and Sunday, September 13th and 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. Learn more at visitmarshfield.com and follow us on Facebook.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hard Knocks on Zaleski Sports is presented by Security Health Plan. SecurityHealth.org is your portal to find your plan, a doctor, prescription tools, and more. For 24/7 access and all the tools and resources needed to improve your well-being, right at your fingertips, visit SecurityHealth.org.
Hi guys, how are you? Good. How's your day? How are you talking to some of you guys? Tyler, how was your day?
It was great.
What happened that was really great?
We got a second community time.
Yeah.
Coming off their first win of the season, the Zephyrs are feeling pretty good.
All right, let's get started. Everybody in this room gets one for a win.
And on the following Tuesday after the game, their efforts are being rewarded as they hand out their helmet stickers.
Wait. Everybody gets one for a shutout. Everybody gets one for a turnover margin. So that's 3 each.
The stickers bear the headlight of the Zephyr train and represent a player's accomplishments, whether it's as a team effort or an individual achievement.
George with an interception. Mason with an interception. Elliott with an interception. Luke with a touchdown block. Jacobs with a touchdown. Wait.
I have so much jealousy right now.
I have Max Foster for 2. I know he had a touchdown. I can't remember what the second one was for. Elliott got another one for a touchdown. Clink for a big play. I can't remember what. Players of the game. Clink on special teams. Mason and George sharing defense, and Max Foster's for offense. One each. High energy. We're still in shells, all right? High energy, fast feet. Let's get those pads popping, but no tackles to the ground. Let's go!
The Zephyrs are on a short week this week, heading to Valders on Thursday. And as a result, what would normally be Tackle Tuesday is now an offensive practice.
Hey, listen, we're going to push hard to this 7. Okay? We're going to fake like we're coming back, right, to get the hitch. Right, so you got to press up. Then you got to stack the line again. Then you got to release out to get the ball. Make sense? You're drifting too much. So as soon as you break in, get back to stack this line, then drift out. Does that make sense? Here we go, let's try it out. Max, ready? Go. Now look. Yeah, that's how it is.
After all the different position groups get some drills in, they line up to run some team offense under the watchful eyes of Coach Keller.
You watching this? Hey, what do we got right here on hammer left? Double. What do we got right here? Double. Somebody gets to him. I don't care. We can't wash this out. There's no reason. There's a giant lane here. Hey, come back, please. Come back. Think about this. They got 3 guys. 1, 2, 3. So to 4, but I don't care. 4 on 3. We got to be able to run north and south. Run it again. Come on! Move him now, Alice! Move him! There you go!
But even though offense is the focus of today's practice, the importance of defense is never lost on Coach Peterson, whose unit had a 47-point turnaround from week 1 to week 2.
Yeah, it's a growth process for us. We had a few alignment issues. We had some miscues, probably 3 of them against Amherst. We just were in the wrong spot. We worked on our communication all last week, and then we really aligned on that. And as you can see, we didn't give up any big plays, which was all about communication and getting the right alignment. And that's what we look forward this week, is continuing to do that and get in the right position so that we can put the best defense on the field.
Looking forward to Valders then, is there anything specific you guys are going to be focusing on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, 18 is a pretty good player. He's fast. He's also physical, so we're going to key on him. And then number 9, too, is a good lead blocker. We're trying to look to force them into some passing situations. They don't look to be a very strong passing team, so we want to get them out of their bread and butter, which is that run, that power run, right or left.
Beat the Vikings on me, beat the Vikings on 3. Beat the Vikings on me, beat the Vikings on 3. 1, 2, 3, beat the Vikings! Yeah!
And just 2 days later, it's game time again. St. Mary Catholic arrives in Valders ready to take on their first conference opponent of the season, having lost 24-15 to Valders last year at home. But both teams are coming off of a win last week. Luke Fairweather out to return the opening kickoff of the game, and as is becoming a bit of a common theme, it's a good one. Takes it all the way out to the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Zephyrs. Zephyrs on offense trying to get that running
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4.
Position for the Zephyrs. Zephyrs on offense trying to get that running game going early with Elliot Reichenbacher. Not much room to run there, but next play they come to the passing game, and Maddox Dwyer finds Tarver Trinkner for a nice gain, pushed out of bounds. All the way down near the 15-yard line now. Reichenbacher gets another shot at it, and it's 5 yards on this carry. But the Valders defense not making it easy for him. Nowhere to run here. Then next play going with a little jet motion, Tarver Trinkner. Valders is all over this one too. Then 4th down, Dwyer trying to find Trinkner again, but it's incomplete. Turnover on downs on the first drive for the Zephyrs. First play on offense for the Vikings, and it's an early look at number 18, like Coach Peterson talked about. Junior running back Braden Lenz takes it for about 5 yards. Then this ball goes to senior Austin Ebert, and the Zephyrs are all over it. Vikings forced to punt, but it's a bad snap on the ground. It goes right through the arms of Carson Wasmer. Zephyrs able to tackle him in the end zone, and they're on the board first with a safety. St. Mary getting the ball back after the safety, and it's Luke Fairweather right back to work, running patiently. Gets this one all the way out to the Valders 45-yard line. From there, Zephyrs go with Tarver Trinkner, making something out of nothing here on a play that looked like it was blown up, able to find room down that far sideline for a first down. Then, going to the air, Maddox Dwyer almost brought down in the backfield by Brody Mueller, who almost had the tackle for loss against Trinkner, but Dwyer able to get down that far sideline all the way down near the 15-yard line. Heck of a pickup. But Dwyer would not be so fortunate on this play as Austin Ebert gets through that line nearly untouched for the sack.
Let's go, boys. Let's do it. Go on.
One bad play. We're going to probably go over the top. Watch the seam. Hitch seam. Probably coming out of this timeout.
That's okay.
That's fine. We just too aggressive. Whatever.
Hey, we're okay.
We're always aggressive, boys.
They did something different than they haven't done all year, right? That's only the second time they've ran out of gun all year. So, second or third, but right? They changed it up. They got us. Now we'll get them back. All right.
No worries.
So
What's this
we're
reset?
flipping around. We're defending this side now. Let's be aggressive. Continue to fight, guys. Get
Go.
in there.
Zephyrs on me. Zephyrs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Zephyrs.
On the Vikings' next drive, Ben Stoudinger looking to find John Vetting downfield, but it's Dominic Osgood with the good defense. Almost gets himself a pick. Then Stoudinger looking downfield again. Osgood on the coverage again, but this time Carson Wasmer comes down with a huge catch. From about the 20-yard line, Stoudinger trying to float one in there for Ebert, but Dominic Osgood on defense again, this time cashes in and gets his first interception of the season.
Yeah, Mustang. Mustang. Hey, let's go. It's trips, roll right foot. Excellent. Trips, roll right foot. Excellent.
All right, second half action just about here. How about our special guest sending us to commercial during halftime? That was something.
I'm a little worried that they're going to take my job.
Fine by me.
Have had it.
I told them I got to meet. I never met the kids before. A friend of mine, high school or even before that, childhood friend of mine, his family there, and yeah, I told the kids they did a nice job and better than I could have done.
Further proof that we
out.
can get talked into anything in this press box.
Maverick Butt on the return brings it out to the 35. Yeah, you know, cute kids. Can I do this? Well, certainly you can. Why not? Well, there's no harm in that. Matter of fact, get you into public speaking and sports and getting out and about in the community service, whatever it might be. Let's start it up now.
Yeah, they weren't shy.
No, you whipped up the teleprompter for them and off they went.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to think we do all this without a teleprompter.
I think people can believe that.
Here come the Wildcats. First offensive possession of this second half. Again, we start this one knotted up at 6 and a run going to the middle of nowhere. Stacked up by the Crusaders' defensive line is Gavin Maurer.
A lot like how the first possession in the first half started for the Wildcats. Maybe the same play.
One on the play, we have 2nd and 9.
Got a yard. It's hard to believe. Here is 2nd and 9 under the Go Cats Go chant, and it will go backwards a yard.
A little bit of miscommunication there. The ball carrier actually ran into an offensive lineman that looked like it was in the wrong place. A little bit of a busted up play. Now it's 3rd and very long for the Wildcats.
3rd and long. They have had those opportunities, though, in the first half, 3rd and long. Let's see what the Wildcats able to do here this time in the second half. It's going to be a pitch outside to Butt, and he will get a yard, and that is it. He was hit initially by Connor Baker. He's the 6-foot sophomore.
Tackled by Marcus Baker.
I like that. A little up-tempo, got under center. The defense wasn't set, and almost a really big play. Good play by the defense. There was just one guy to beat out there.
Marcus Baker also in on the tackle. Probably if they give out half tackles. What I like on the high school stat sheet, Stan, is the offense will have run, say, 52 plays, and there are 78 tackles. It's a high school stat sheet.
Gavin Maurer had a really good game punting the ball so far.
And that was a genuine punt right there. A little shake and bake in the backfield, and the Wildcats do converge. Nice return. Made a little something out of a lot of nothing, did Easton Durbernardi. So Crusaders start near midfield. Their first possession of the second half.
Yeah. First half, a really evenly matched game. I think that both teams are probably going to come away from this game a little bit better, playing somebody who is pretty much your equal. I don't think that there's any negatives to playing this game. It's been a good one.
Nope, it's all on the upside. The learning, just the abilities, and just speaking frankly, for Edgar, they're getting a better game here, obviously than they would have got out of Rochholt, who this is in place of, and getting a better game than they will out of other conference mates this year as well.
Yeah, Edgar's probably already played their toughest conference game last week against Auburndale.
20-0.
26-0.
Was it 26 in the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I haven't seen every team in that conference play, obviously, but just on paper, that's kind of what it feels like.
So run up the middle for a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Crusaders. Carry there made by Grant Dose.
On the play will bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Abbotsford dinged up. They are beating Pacelli today, but a dinged up Abbotsford. And too bad. A couple guys out for the season. The top 2 key contributors for that team.
Yeah, in small schools, you lose a couple of key guys, and it changes the whole complexion of the season.
Well, stop and go there for Dose, but races him to the boundary, and where the spot will come, it's going to be, boy, right on the line again. We'll see where they spot it. Could be a first down coming up. It is. First down for the Crusaders.
Yeah, that was right at the line. I think that if this was the NFL, that would have been maybe a half yard short.
Or a virtual measurement?
Well,
yeah, I think you're right.
Because his knee came down, but the official's going to give it where the ball kind of ends up, right?
So into Wildcats territory are the Crusaders. Here's Dose on the carry, and he'll get a Dose times 2. That's 4.
Nice.
Quattro. Yeah, I do a little something every now and then. Yeah, Lakeland 25, Mosney 7.
Crazy. That's a big score.
Nina 22, Kaukauna nothing. Amherst, as I had mentioned, would be all over Marathon. They lead by 30 into the second half.
Marathon's been on kind of tough times the last couple seasons now.
Dose made a move in the hole, allowed him to put 2 more yards on the stat sheet, and he's going to come up a little slow, though, unfortunately, for the senior running back, Grant Dose. I think he got hit on the shin. It just hurts, right?
Yeah.
It just hurts.
Yeah, we have all been hit in the shin before,
yeah.
And it's not good.
He's going to head off, and then that pain eventually subsides. Hopefully that's all that it was.
Pretty quick.
Yeah. So Connor Baker will come in and spell Dose in his smarting shin.
This is 4-down territory, I would bet.
Inside the 45, yeah.
Yeah. Edgar punted inside the 45 earlier, but a little bit different time of the game, momentum of the game.
Couch will keep it himself, and
falls forward.
I tell you, well, and you know why? He's got that 190-pound frame. He's the shortest of the guys in the backfield for the Crusaders, but nearly 6 feet tall, and had a good lunge forward. It is, though, 4th and 1.
Really feels like the Crusaders have kind of taken the momentum away from the Wildcats, because a lot of that first half, it was all Edgar. Edgar was kind of having their way, going up and down the field, not scoring a lot of points, but they were moving the ball. And that 75-yard touchdown pass kind of changed how everything kind of felt, and big play here.
Here they come with a stacked-up backfield, and it'll be a first down for Marquette Academy. Grinding this drive out.
Not by much, but he got it.
Good look there, by the way, by Ryan on cameras after that last couch interaction. You saw him talking to the sideline. Sorry, Dan. I was going to say, the offensive line already set. They're ready to go.
Yeah, this is the best sustained drive the Crusaders have had tonight. They had the quick hit touchdown, but this is a drive.
Yeah, 75 yards came all in one play. This has been 3 yards and a pile of wood chips. Couch on the bad snap, and he's going to be sacked. Big loss on the play. Sack Carson Nowak.
Loss of 12
yeah.
or 11, looks like.
Just such a gut punch if you're that offensive team like they've been. Like I said, 3 yards, and then the sack on the high snap. The whole thing went wrong there for Marquette Academy.
Yeah, and Edgar did a good job of disguising what they were doing on the outside, and even if he had that, there was nothing on the near side.
Motion
It's a false
and
start.
right tackle left early. Is that what you saw?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just half a beat.
So you lose 11, then 5 on the pre-snap penalty, and now you are up against it. That first down marker all the way down at the 28-yard line, and they are back in their own territory now on the 46. It's a long ways away.
Yeah, there's some math in there. I don't know what it is. But
Well, according to the official
5,
scorekeeper
20, 26.
upstairs, yeah, he's got 25, 26, whatever it is, long ways. Quarter of the football field. Not a situation you like to be in.
From the shotgun this time, empty backfield.
Yep, 3 split to the right, 2 options to the left of Anthony Couch. At the snap, he will tuck it and run, and
A little bit of trickery.
yeah, they're going to get 4 out of it, so it's wasn't the worst outcome. And that defensive line, so again, back to Coach Ken Carlson, our fireside chat with Coach before the game. He wanted his lines to win, and they're not winning.
Well, I would say that neither line's winning, right? It really is an evenly matched game.
Well, that time, just in a capsule, we saw the Edgar Wildcats line dominate the offensive line there of the Crusaders, and they will need to pass block here on 3rd and 22.
Yeah, I wonder if they just run this and punt it away and just make sure you don't turn it over. You just never know.
Couch, motion man, play action, and will swing it to his right. It's going to be caught by Dose.
Good
Got
blocking
some
on
running
field.
room, does Dose, and he will be upended across the 40 down to the 35. It's going to be a gain of about 17. It's going to bring up a 4th and 6.
Probably still go for it.
At this point, right. If you're across the 40, I think that was kind of that line of demarcation there, or the magic line, whatever you want to call it, for Coach Carlson. Now across the 40. You're going to call an offensive play.
Yeah, 4th and 6 is a lot different than 4th and 12 or 15 or something. A nice safe play, though. That's a really good play call by Coach Carlson.
Yeah, had time for some misdirection, get the Wildcat defense off balance, and then just toss it out there. So here's the 4th down play. Pass across the middle is complete. It's a 1st down and more for the Crusaders.
Quick hitter. And fell down celebrating.
Whoops.
Dose is he's a good ball player. He's having a good game.
Yeah, so that shin is just causing him a little bit of hitch in his giddy up, but yeah, definitely enough for the 1st down. That gain of 14. That's just what I was going to say. Thank you, Jim Steinke, for where you lack in music diversity. You've come with the correct stats.
Yeah, the Edgar defensive coach has to really be upset with how this went from 3rd and 26 to giving up a 1st down.
So 1st and 5. And again, we tease Jim. We love him. Have for a long time. The music is good. But we did hear Glory Days for the 2nd or 3rd time today at halftime.
At least 3, including pregame.
Glory Days. It's a great song, man. But for the 3rd time, it's too much.
The boss.
Yeah.
Into the red zone.
The Security Health Plan Red Zone, Security Health Plan promises kept plain and simple. There's Dose plowing ahead for 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. So the shin, who cares? Dose is pulling and pushing forward.
For you young kids out there, you will make it pretty far if you always fall forward. Fall forward, drive your legs.
Yep. Get that lean. You got to have body lean, control. Lower your center of gravity, all those things. You look that up, but yeah, Dan is exactly right. To get that motion going forward always, and you get that from your thighs.
You get an extra
your
yard.
Quads.
You get an extra yard or 2 by going forward.
Get in the squat rack and get that lean going forward. Here's Dose again, and he leans forward again.
Not quite there, though.
Yeah, got about half the distance, so it's going to be 4th and about a yard and a half. Another 4th down on the drive for Marquette Academy.
They threw last time.
Either one of the players going to bring up 4th and 2.
I don't know if they're going to throw this time, though.
Well, I think they have found some success in the middle. That pass that was completed on that last one the middle was wide open.
I think we're going to see a little bit of misdirection. Oh my gosh, people falling
Was that
all
intentional?
over the place. I don't.
That might have been a mistake. Okay, sorry. All right, 4th and officially 2 here for the Crusaders. And here's Dose.
Wow.
Dose to the edge. Didn't get it. He even lost a yard.
I'm really surprised. Like you said, so much success going right between the tackles, and then you do a sweep play that is slow developing, and then all night, Edgar has gotten a lot of penetration, especially on that right, the left side of the defensive line, the right side of the offensive line, and it was no different that time.
Where Edgar this year and in any years past, we'll talk about current year, where they pull ahead is team speed and then just football intelligence. And there you saw both of it at the same time. Maverick Butt on the tackle.
Yeah, and I mean, why not sell out on it, right?
Yeah. So we got a whistle here. Our umpire's just going to pause things. I don't know if they got the right ball in.
I think someone's tying their shoe, I think.
Oh, that's what it is. Got a loose lug nut coming into turn 3. Get that thing tied up before the wheel splices loose.
Yeah. If you're a Crusader fan watching us, first of all, thank you for joining.
Yeah, hello, Illinois.
Yeah. Got to feel really good with that drive. You don't come away with points, but you took about 9 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, you're right. That reminds me. It's been their only drive in the second half, and that should give some hope, right? I mean, you had to battle through 2 fourth downs, couldn't get the second one, but what Coach Carlson and the rest of the coaches talked to the guys about at halftime was obviously that maybe we don't need to go 30-yard passes. Maybe we can go 3-4 yards at a time, and they did on that drive.
Yeah, I mean, how many plays was that drive? Probably 12, 15 plays?
So, in that neighborhood, yeah.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, and it was good, and they'll build on that, I believe.
If only we had a guy with a pencil in his hand that could mark these things.
Here's Butt up the middle, and end up with a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats. DC Arver 17. They're shutting out Wausau West, 17-0.
Tackled by Alex Schaefer.
I don't know if I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about the Valley this year. We've seen Marshfield twice. I'm not impressed with Marshfield so far.
Yeah, thanks.
Schedule gets easier going forward.
Put a knife right in me, Dan.
Well, you play 3 big river schools and good ones at that. And the crossover.
Yeah, they're just getting run over literally, and they've got a real problem stopping the run. Do the Marshfield Tigers? Here's a pitch to the outside. Yeah, it had to be kind of corralled in. It was tossed behind Gavin Maurer, and he says, "No problem. I got big paws. I'll take that for a gain of 15."
Well, here's the thing, Trevor. If we can see that again, watch the quarterback. I don't know if he has that.
Oh, we got stuff. Here it is.
Watch the quarterback fake here.
First down.
Put his hands up in the air, and you can see
but
3 guys.
the running back on this side, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And, it was kind of a misdirection play.
Yep. Okay. Gavin rescues Tucker a bit there with the rope. We're going to get a holding call here. This one is coming back.
Thrown down by the back of the helmet. That's not a penalty.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
To the detriment of the Edgar coaches.
Much to the chagrin.
Yeah, they're wanting a flag for the helmet tackle, but
the grumpiness just increased by a half a point on the Edgar sideline.
Because it's going to be 2nd and 20 now.
Well, that's what they should be.
1st and 20.
It's what they should be grumpy about. There is the hold officially now. Take a look at Jerry Sins on the sidelines in his 51st year as head coach of the Edgar Wildcats. White shirt there on the right is Jerry. And what I like most about Jerry, no headset. I don't need no stinking headset. Talk to those guys in the booth. I know exactly what's going on down here. I love it.
His job is obviously head coach, but his job during the game is just be grumpy at people. Motivate people.
Positive dissatisfaction.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
So 1st and 20.
Yeah.
Tough for Edgar right now.
Speaking of dissatisfaction, they are dissatisfied.
That's the quarter.
With that.
Fast-moving 3rd quarter here into Forest.
All right, you are watching the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week, presented by Security Health Plan.
MP&C is a leading designer, fabricator, and installer of stainless steel process systems. Founded in 1992, MP&C serves a wide range of industries, including dairy, chemical, and water treatment. The company specializes in engineered-to-order solutions. We deliver high-performance solutions and career opportunities for local residents. MP&C continues to grow, emphasizing dedication to craftsmanship and community impact.
At Nicolay Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $20 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at NicoletBank.com. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home, roofing, siding, windows, doors. Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. And by the way, that's good in Wisconsin and Illinois. Ridgetop Exteriors will get you figured out. And I think Jim just said free pizza at the concession stand right now.
Is that what he said?
I think so. Sam, the camera guy, we may lose him here. He's going for free pizza. All right, so now we get the first, and it's not exactly 20 because the holding did happen upfield a bit, but first and long for the Wildcats after the holding penalty and the quarter break. Maverick Butt looking for some room, didn't really find it, going to end up with 2 yards.
We've said this about Edgar in the past, and we've done a lot of Edgar football. The two of us have done a lot of Edgar football over the last 4, 5, 6 years, however long it's been doing it. And Edgar struggles when they have to pass the ball, right? I'm not saying that this is a passing situation, but it's 2nd and 13. You have 3 yards to get to the first for the back down marker, and running the ball is not getting the job done here in the second half.
Well, here's 2nd and long. See if they've got the appetite for one more run here on 2nd down. The answer is no. We're going to get pass in single coverage, and this one's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Connor Baker. Now Connor in the open field. See what he's able to do. He comes bench side.
The back.
Coaches were waving him forward. There is a flag, as Dan said, back here at the 41. So this one will come back. The interception will stand for Connor Baker.
It's as good as a punt. I know that that's not what anybody wants
not
to
on
hear.
2nd down.
Not on 2nd down, but
not what they want to hear on 2nd down.
Yeah. Hey, at least they passed the ball. They're listening to us up here.
Yeah, pass. It was intended for. It was intended for Graham Strite, but it was in stride to Connor Baker.
It's just not Edgar's game, right?
On the return, illegal use of hands, blocking the back on the defense. That'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll be 1st down White.
So 1st down White. That's Marquette Academy.
Really big possession right here. If
you've got eyes to win this game, yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you want to win the football game that you drove 2 hours to, this is a pretty big possession for both teams. The Crusaders could knock 4, 5, 6 minutes off this, and that almost does it. Edgar needs to go 3 and out and get the ball back in plus field position from where you were.
We'll see what Marquette Academy learned after the possession a minute ago, and they will go end around to Castle, and Castle will chug ahead for about 3.
Man, there's a lot of laundry on the field.
But hold on. We're going to get a face mask on Edgar, so this will be a 1st down for the Crusaders. And so that was just a battle in the trenches, went a little too far. Most likely.
Yeah, Edgar's not really known for a lot of penalties. So a little surprising.
15 yards.
Yeah. Stevens Point 42, Wisconsin Rapids nothing. Yeah, you were talking about Wisconsin Valley. Here's one though. So Marshfield 20, Eau Claire Memorial 12. Now these are 2 bottom half teams, but they are providing a close situation on the scoreboard. It's in Marshfield, so advantage Tigers, I guess. So they're up by 8.
Yeah, a lot of people who are casual fans, they probably think that
that's me, by the way.
Yeah, right up the middle, big gain. Give them 11, another 1st down into Edgar territory.
The quarterback keeps. Yep. Go ahead with that thought, though, Dan. I like where you're headed with it.
Timeout, Edgar.
Yeah, there's a lot of casual fans who probably think that, it's high school football, every game is great, and we have all these close games. It's rare to have close games on our network or just statewide.
Just across the state, yeah. One other here, we're in an Edgar timeout as we keep it here. Talk about some other scores from around the state. Again, we've got 17 games today, so I've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And just the games that we have going. There are others that, I guess, compared to 17, put out a smattering. I'm happy they do.
Yeah.
Number 1 ranked Grantsburg and number what do we have here for Cadott? 16? Was that what I'm reading here? Yep, 16.
16, I think, yeah.
18-0 Cadott, but that's good. Or Grantsburg, sorry.
Okay.
That's good news for Cadott. Grantsburg, a perennial power. Cadott they're on the move right now. Both teams are 3-0. Very well, Cadott may end up going on to lose this game. They haven't scored yet, but I think that's good news for the Cadott Hornets to be in a game with Grantsburg 18-0 into the third quarter.
Yeah, they are perennial level 3, level 4 team. We've seen Stratford play them to go to state a time or two in the past.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
I think I was on the field with a camera a couple of years ago.
With the Stratford Tigers mascot on your side, getting push-ups made of its. Students were doing push-ups of the tiger in the stands.
I remember Stratford winning that game, and I remember cursing the whole way home because it was so cold.
It was cold that day, though.
It was brutal.
Yeah,
it was a November night. It was cold.
Yeah, that was a level 3 game, right? No,
I think it was a 4.
Had to be a 4, right? We were at a neutral site.
Yeah, I remember thinking, I can't believe Zaleski talked me into this. Why am I on the field? It's so cold down here.
McWanagos 21, Oconomowoc nothing. So it's still a good game. There's 9 seconds left in the third. So
two very good teams.
Really good teams. Yep. Halftime over in Eau Claire. Eau Claire North 23, Superior 21. So again, teams that are struggling a bit, playing close on the scoreboard. So here we are at the Edgar timeout.
Some of these games that have had weather delays are just now probably getting to the second half.
Yeah.
Tackled by WIAA Clockside.
Clockside in on the tackle, and he's a little slow to get up. Looks like a cramp as his buddy there is attempting to stretch him out. So that's when you know, right, when your teammate wants to help push your foot down and get that cramp solved. So let's step aside just for 30 seconds. You're watching the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week, presented by Security Health Plan.
In trucking, trust isn't given, it's earned. At Derico Logistics, LLC, we've built our reputation mile by mile, load by load. Our team knows that every delivery carries more than freight. It carries someone's promise. From cross-country hauls to local routes, we move with precision, reliability, and a commitment to being there when it matters most. Our drivers are professionals. Our equipment is maintained to the highest standard. You call, we haul. That's all.
Cramp still being worked on out at the 40-yard line. As far as cramps go, we figure he'll be up on his feet here in no time. A game of interest, folks, in Edgar, even though not a conference mate anymore. Wittenberg-Burnhamwood 13, Stratford 7. And we're 7 minutes left in the game. If that score were to hold, it'd be 1-3 Stratford Tigers.
Yeah, and a conference loss is very rare for the Tigers.
Extremely over the last 5 to 6 years. Yeah, very, very rare. As we see Wyatt Klocksheim able to walk off the field. Just gotta work that out. You gotta get that muscle to calm down a bit. Drink some pickle juice, and he'll be fine.
I mean, obviously 13-7 is a very close game, but I would say at this point Amherst is probably better than both of them. Stratford might be the third best team in the conference this year.
Sure looks like it. And Loyal Green would like to have a word. They think they're good. We will see. They start the year 3-0. Here is Dose up the middle, and he's going to be pulled down in part by Preston Erickson.
Pick up a 1, but 3rd and long now. I would imagine 4-down territory, regardless, inside the 40.
Gain of 1 on the play is going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Going quick. Trips to the right.
Well, that's been the MO of the Crusaders all game, right? Get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. Here's the 3rd and 7. It's going to be kept by Couch. Couch still on the move. And Maverick Butt saves, maybe, quote, question mark, saves a touchdown.
Another cramp, maybe.
And now Butt is down on the field. He's got his right leg up in the air, and, certainly looks like another cramp there. Let me go back to Loyal Greenwood while Mav's getting settled over there. They got really excited in week 2. They beat Neilsville Granton 50-0, and so the Wolves, as they're known, got pretty excited about that. I would tell them to calm their wolf hairs and tails just a bit. Neilsville Granton probably will struggle a bit this year. They beat Marathon last week 26-20. They're in a game right now against Colby, and then the test, right? They play Amherst next week. So Loyal Greenwood will find out how good they are or aren't next week against what looks to be conference leader Amherst.
Yeah, there's 5 games left after tonight, right? And 3 of them are against Stratford, Wittenberg, and Amherst.
Yep.
So you're definitely going to get challenged. You're going to have to earn it.
Loyal Greenwood, they are leading Colby right now by 10, 16-6. So I don't mean to shrug off a win, and they're going to be 4-0, and you should feel good about it. But yeah, all the work in the field is still ahead of them. There is no harvest done yet. And it's hard work coming up. Like you said, Amherst, Wittenberg, Burnhamwood, Spencer, Columbus, WIAA, then Stratford. So best of luck to the Wolves. It's a tough road.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to get to prove it on the field.
Yeah. So here we got first down after now Maverick Butt is over in the stretching section of the sideline. And Dose will get upended after a run of Dose. See, I've been waiting for that one.
Yeah, and we talked to Coach Carlson before the game, and he talked about the battle in the trenches. Edgar won that in the first half. The Crusaders are winning it in the second half.
Okay.
Wearing them down.
Observation by our very own Dan Ross. Well, here they are continuing to march forward here. 2nd and 8. It'll be another handoff to Dose, or this is Higgins, and Higgins, nice run around the corner. It's going to be a 3rd and a yard coming up for the Crusaders.
Higgins, ball carrier, brought down by Alex Schneider.
I mentioned about the opportunity to take some minutes off the clock, and we are under 9 minutes to play already.
And this is the 4th quarter, as a matter of fact. Yeah, so here is Couch on his own, leaps over the pile, and has enough for the first down.
Yep, that's going to be another 2 minutes at least off the clock. The next 3-4 downs.
And so I think what you're inching towards telling us here is that a score by the Crusaders here is going to...
Goes a long way.
Yeah, it does go a long way. It's going to be a real advantage for Marquette Academy should that develop. And we've got a injury timeout on the field, maybe?
Yeah, what?
Somebody's on a knee out there. I can't see who it is. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best with locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Merrill, and right in Edgar. Learn more at nicolaybank.com.
I'm trying to figure out what is happening with the chain game.
Well, I think they re-spotted the ball, so the down judge on that side had him forward of the line, but
so it's fourth
on
down.
the official mark comes in, and it's 4th and 1.
Okay.
Yeah, we had him for a first down. That was the spot on the other side of the field was an obvious first down. But some discussion on where the knee came down, and here we are at 4th and 1.
So big play here. Wildcats with a chance to get off the field.
Crusaders again check with the sideline. Couch with Dose to his left.
There's
in the
nobody
shotgun.
out left.
Handoff will come to Dose. He is tumbling ahead. It is close, Dan. It's close. It is close. Maverick Butt believes it's a turnover on downs.
So the official that came in from this side has it a half-yard short.
And that will be the official spot.
Because they had to get to the 16-yard line.
And we're gonna have a measurement here. So Ryan, if we can get in tight on that ball, this will be the time to do it. As the chains are going to come in. The down marker already flipped to 1. That was he's ahead of the game there. As the white hat called for a measurement, so that down box needs to stay at. Well, it's going to be 1 either way, right?
It'll be 1 either way.
Well, it does need to stay at 4 for the time being.
I will say in my 2 or 3 years of officiating, I think we had 1 measurement.
Well, here's our first of this game. And the virtual measurement is going to be short. It's going to be a turnover on downs, Edgar Wildcats football.
That's a huge play for the Wildcats.
All right, so they stem the tide for now. But where Marquette Academy has been good moving the ball offensively in this half, Edgar has not.
That's right. Yeah, so if you're a Crusader fan, there's a good chance you're going to get the ball back in plus territory again. Now we're down to
8 minutes.
8:19 to play, yeah. I just laugh because we've been measuring first downs this way since the early 1900s, and how accurate is that? I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's a system. It's something. There's looked like Maurer on the carry as they unpile. That's actually Maverick Butt. So Butt on the carry.
Yeah.
Unpopular watching from Illinois. I'm not sure how long you want to go with that moniker, unpopular. Kind of puts you at a disadvantage, I think. I don't know. I guess you're a realist. Thanks for watching.
What do you think about the virtual measurement? Did you see
I
that?
did like it. Yeah, I did.
It's Sunday or Monday. It looks like a tennis replay,
Look, it does. It looks like Wimbledon. Here's Maurer on the carry. He's going to go around right tackle, and a holding call is upcoming on the Wildcats. This has been a real problem for Edgar here in this game, Dan.
Yeah, if you have to back up 10 more yards, it's not something that Edgar can really sustain, and it's going to be.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it when it happened, and so did our referee. So now we go from 2nd and 5 to 2nd and 15. That's just such a huge difference. Huge difference.
After the penalty, it's going to be second.
But we're happy for our Illinois crowd getting a chance to experience what we do here at Zaleski Sports. Now, we do it a little fancy here in the Game of the Week. If you watch any of the other 16 games, they're really good broadcasts. Just not quite the same as this one. That's why it's the Game of the Week.
Some bells and whistles here.
We got bells, we got whistles, some sombreros. Here's a late pitch to Butt. Butt's got ahead of, there's that Maurer. Maurer's got ahead of steam, and you're going to get the penalty yardage back, maybe +1 on the run by Gavin Maurer.
3rd and manageable now.
Yep, going to be about a 3rd and 4 by the time the down box gets over there. You see Gavin come back to the line of scrimmage there, wearing 5 in green after the big run.
And we have
that
looks a little bit more
injured
serious.
Crusader on their own sideline. So we will step aside. You're watching the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week presented by Security Health Plan.
That looks a little bit more serious.
Warner Insurance Agency is a family-owned insurance business that has been helping customers with all of their property and casualty insurance needs for 3 generations. Let Warner Insurance help with your small business, farm, home, auto, and recreational vehicle insurance needs. Warner Insurance, proud supporter of the Edgar Wildcats. Located in Edgar, Wisconsin, Edgar Building Supply operates as a lumberyard and hardware store, assisting contractors, homeowners, and businesses with their building needs varying from roofing and siding to windows and cabinets. Their knowledgeable staff can assist you with planning your project, estimating costs, and drafting blueprints. Get started on your building project today with Edgar Building Supply.
Not going to hurt anything. All right, a cramp on that far sideline, so some good news there. We don't have a number to report, but the good news is a cramp, and that'll get stretched out. These kids are pretty resilient on the cramp, but again, the message, Dan, is water, water, water all week long. As you walk around the hallways between classes, stop and get a drink of water. If you don't have a jug, at least stop and get a drink every time. If you're an athlete, gotta drink. You just have to.
The official trying to help the player off the white chalk so that they can play.
I mean, it's a little chuckle because it's kind of funny, like just like you see in FIFA. Just get them out of the way so we can play, right? And they do that sometimes. They kind of roll them over.
So this is a big play. 3rd and 4.
Yep.
Edgar from their own.
Yeah, about 22 or so. 22.
Yeah, so you're not going to go for it probably.
No. Nope. And they're in tight as Tucker Strite now will. Hand off. Got a huge hold as Maverick Butt, a ginormous hole, and he's going to gain 10. Needed 4. First down, Edgar.
Yeah, and you wonder, it's really tough for us to see who is getting stretched out on the sideline, but could very well be a key player for the Crusaders.
Yep, and Ryan, if you like here between plays, you can point when the camera's over there. We're okay on there, he's already got it. It looks like 4, if I can have that right, maybe. Speaks, I'm not sure. Can't quite see the number all the way. We keep an eye on it over there for you. Thank you, Ryan. Again, just doing great work in the trailer, those boys. Here's Butt working his way out of all kinds of trouble and is going to gain 3. Could have lost 3.
Yeah, really good penetration by the Crusaders that time, but that's yards after contact, right? That's yak.
Yep, that's the yak.
Yeah. Had about six yak yards to pick up 3 total yards.
It reminds me before where I yacked on the shotgun play for the 2-point conversion. I get it. It's what you do these days. It just makes me yak a little. All right, here's the handoff. This is going to go to Maurer. He's bounced outside. We'll turn it upfield. And a cloud of dust will get him 3, and it's going to be 3rd and 4 upcoming for Edgar.
You see Edgar trying to probe outside the tackles now because inside the tackles not really working.
Yeah,
the
it is.
interior defense is tough.
Easton DeBernardi working out that cramp. He's up and walking around now. Yeah, just get that son of a gun stretched out, and hope to see Easton back on the football field again soon.
Man, we've all had those cramps, especially playing basketball, and like you finally get over it, and like you take a couple steps, you feel it tightening up again.
Here's Butt looking for room on the outside. He carries McCullough with him for the first down.
Yeah, got it by a yard. And what's special about that run and Maverick Butt as a whole, he knew exactly where he had to get to.
Can I give you another fun stat? Maverick Butt was carrying a 9-inch discrepancy with him across the across that first down. 6'6" Luke McCullough and 5'9" Maverick Butt.
Butt knew he had to get near the 45, and you could see his eyes looking at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, the giraffe on his back. Here's the handoff up the middle. Or no, actually Strite kept it, didn't he? Yeah, and he's going to lose a few.
That's a pretty bad spot right there.
You think it should have been further back?
No, I thought it should have been further up where he first got hit.
I see what you're saying. Under 5 to play before halftime. We're knotted up at 6. We've been this way since early in the second quarter, haven't we?
Yeah.
Or sometime in the second quarter.
We might be able to see some overtime rules tonight.
Overtime. Nina and Kakana won't. 35-0 Nina.
That's a little surprising.
Maurer tackled from behind. He'll be tackled forward for a yard. Good tackle there by Luke McCullough, 6'6" fella. I bet they could use him on the basketball team. He's a sophomore.
Maybe some of our Illinois fans from Ottawa, Illinois, can tell us about their basketball team.
We'd love to hear about it because you've got all the height here on this football team for what looks like a pretty productive basketball team.
I will tell you that the Edgar basketball team has never had a 6'6" kid since I've been following them.
It had been a while.
The Baumgartner maybe 6'4",
but certainly
6'5".
didn't have 4 or 5 over 6'2" and above.
Yeah.
For
Third
a
and very
same-size
long.
school. 3rd and 11 coming up here, and it's going to be 3rd and 16 after the false start.
Yeah.
Just been a problem for Edgar during this game, the false starts. We haven't seen it all year.
Yeah, a lot of penalties. This is more penalties on the Wildcats tonight than I think I've ever seen in a single game.
My watch just told me if I get to sleep in the next 2 hours, I'll have a nice night of sleep. Well, that's not going to happen.
Nope. We might still be here.
I'm plus 2 hours just driving home. We got all this fancy dancy equipment to take care of. Plus, we've got a football game to solve yet. 3:49 to play. 6-all.
My phone just told me that John Daly set a record with 19 on the par 5 12th hole today.
Oh, my. I thought maybe long darts on one hole, which he probably holds the record for already. Here's Strite. Back to pass. He's going to throw it back to Butt. Butt there, caught it, brought it in, and that's a first down for the Wildcats. Needed 16. It's an 18-yard catch hauled in by Maverick Butt.
Really
wow,
good
you
play.
said wow.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, that was a wow play. Here it is on the replay. It's so wow we want to see it again. As Butt went up and high-pointed that ball. He had to or the defender was going to swat it down. 18 yards, first down Edgar. Now the field is flipped a bit here deep into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on out here. Number 11's getting
That's
sent
Couch. So Anthony Couch, your starting quarterback, is maybe a helmet equipment issue. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with him from here.
So we are now entering in the late stages of this fourth quarter. 3:29 left to play.
And counting. Well, we'll be on the snap, sorry.
Yeah. And so you start forward thinking this a little bit, right? 3 more downs, 4 more downs, you're down to low 2 minutes.
Well, at this point, Edgar doesn't want to do anything but have the ball for the rest of this regulation.
Yes.
You do not want to give it back to the Crusaders. That's one of the goals. Obviously, scoring is one. Here's Maurer really working hard. He's going to be pulled down after a gain of 1. And the tackler there is Dose. So Grant Dose getting the job done offensively and defensively tonight is the 5'8" Senior. Yeah, one of the shortest guys on the team.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder coming in and seeing all the scores that we have seen from Marquette this year, in the 40s and the 50s and the 20s, we were going to be 6-6, and how important those 2-point conversions were.
Yeah, as they turned out, both passing plays, both fell incomplete, but a carry for none, and third down.
Yeah, this interior run defense has been almost impenetrable, and Edgar continues to try to pound it, and we're down to, was it 2:10 left?
Yeah, so here's an interesting 2.5. Here's the interesting situation, though, right? You'd probably rather pass here to see about a first down, but would you almost rather run the ball to keep the clock running? It's an interesting situation here on 3rd and 10, which the Edgar coaches didn't want at all.
Maybe a safe pass. We have 8,
a
9,
swing, a screen.
8 in the box here.
Yep, well, it is strike to pass. And
Going
he
for
will
it all.
launch deep.
He's
got a man, and it is caught! And lunging, incomplete.
Oh, my
that ball
goodness.
came out somehow, some way. Contreras looked like he had it down to the 1-yard line. Back judge says no, incomplete. There is a penalty flag in the backfield also.
Is that a late hit?
It may be. We'll watch the replay, and I'll keep you apprised of the penalty, you folks at home. Trevor, you may need to zoom in on that so we can see. You will watch the penalty while you're efforting that.
On the play, the pass is incomplete, but we have roughing the passer.
And a personal foul on the Crusaders. It's going to turn 4th and 10 into a 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. What a situation there.
Yeah, and
here we go. Hang on, Dan. We're just going to zoom this in here and see where young Mr. Contreras had this happen. Yeah, that looks good there, Trevor.
2 steps, 3 steps.
So if that's not a catch, that's probably a fumble if it was a different level of football, right? But the ball came out. I can see why you call it incomplete. I see why.
He's coming to the ground, though. So
yeah, true enough.
So I think that's a really good call by the back judge.
Okay. Dan has spoken.
He didn't complete the catch, right?
So he did not complete the catch. From the 29, 1st and 10. Advantage here, Wildcats. The handoff to Butt. He's patient, waiting for the blocks to develop, and it's going to be a decent gain on first down, a gain of 5 on the run. Clock, tick, 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 tick.
If you are wondering about how far away a field goal would be made from, I'd say that they're going for a touchdown.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if pressed, right? If pressed, and we're not in the down and distance here where we would get a field goal here anyway, right? I mean.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet, but if you were, 4th and 15. And you're able to kick less than 30, you might consider it. Here's a handoff to Maurer. Maurer cuts back inside, and he'll gain a couple. It's going to be another big play. We've had a few big plays here in the 4th quarter. Here's another one, Dan, on 3rd and 3.
Yeah, 4-down territory. Edgar called a timeout. Nope, we're still going. 1:20 left.
We are still going.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to call a timeout here. They both have the full. Edgar has already called one, sorry. Marquette does have the full bevy of timeouts. Here's the 3rd down, and that ball went up the middle, and it's short. It's going to be 4th and 1. It's short.
Edgar should probably take a timeout here.
And Strite ended up keeping that ball. Gained a couple, 4th and 1, and we are under a minute to play.
We are going.
Under a minute, and there is no timeout to be had here. We're sprinting out quick. Isaiah Kraft all the way outside. The only receiver in the formation for the Wildcats. Here's the 4th and 1. Handoff, outside. Here's Butt. Got the first down and more inside or to the 10-yard line. And Edgar will call the timeout here.
Well, the clock stops on a first down, so we'll see if they get a play in or if they're going to call one.
The players were signaling timeout, but
They're winding it.
The clock does wind. It stayed in bounds, and now we get the timeout. 27 seconds left. It's 1st and goal, Edgar. This is the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week, presented by Security Health Plan.
Sports!
Greg's Groots Appliance is the place for all your home appliance needs. Let owners Greg and Tammy Cornack, along with their staff, provide you with quality appliances. Greg's Gruette's Appliance offers professional delivery, installation, and our own service department, located in Merrill and proudly serving all of central Wisconsin. Greg's Gruette's Appliance, service with Wildcat pride. Van Ert Electric is an established leader in the electrical industry in the upper Midwest since 1964, with 5 locations in Wisconsin and a sister company in Michigan. We offer our customers a broad range of services from electrical construction, telecommunications, process controls, HVAC controls, thermal imaging, and arc flash evaluations for your industrial and commercial.
All right, here we go. 27 seconds in regulation. Edgar, 10 yards away from perhaps pulling this one out here in DeForest.
10 yards is a long way to go against this defense, so.
It has been, hasn't it? But a long drive underway here, aided by the personal foul, late hit, which would have been a 4th down. Now, Edgar still with the ball. Here it comes to Butt. Butt looking for room on the outside, sheds a couple of tacklers, and goes out of bounds, just out of bounds.
Yeah, that is pretty generous, I would say.
Gained just over 2. And you may have heard some of the referees here in the stands. I'll just tell you at home, they have no idea what they're talking about. Just know that. So 2nd and goal now from the 8. 21 seconds left. Edgar with 1 timeout. So they're only going to have 1 chance to stop the clock, obviously, right? But and it may need to come after this play if it doesn't get into the end zone. That's why I bring it up. Here's Strite under center. Strite, reverse pivot, has room to the outside if he wants. He is going to tuck from there, and now we'll just throw it out of bounds.
Smart play.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be able to beat.
They threw the ball over the fence.
Beat the edge to the edge. Took 8 seconds on that play, so
Smart
13
play,
seconds left. Extremely smart play.
He didn't even have a receiver out there.
Yeah, in conference, Tucker's going to walk into the end zone, but against Marquette Academy here, they have the equal speed and able to snuff that out.
Looked like Edgar, you could see the official reaching for his flag.
It was close on that right tackle, wasn't it?
Had the jersey, yeah.
Yep. All right, so here's 3rd and goal now. Still from the 8-yard line.
I wonder if they kick if they have to here.
From here, this is kind of that scenario I was envisioning, right?
Yeah.
So here's the handoff, Butt off the left tackle, and he's going to maybe get a yard, and Edgar's going to use the last timeout. So here it is, Dan. We got 7 seconds. Where is the place kicker, right? Because here's where it has to be. This is the scenario I couldn't quite get out of my mouth earlier, but it's 4th and long.
They are going to kick.
I don't see why not.
From the left hash.
Yeah.
This is a tough kick.
Yeah, it is a tough kick. But I don't see why not. A missed kick, you're going to overtime. You're probably now I say it right.
It could be blocked.
The jinxies might get upset with me here because something could go wrong. But more than likely, you're either going to take a 3-point lead with about 3 seconds left, or you're going to overtime with the field goal. That's the thought process.
Yeah. So the ball spotted at the 7. It's going to be about a 24-yard field goal, 4 yards longer than an extra point. Number 4 is the kicker. It is Anthony Trowicki.
Here we got the great split screen here showing each huddle. I'll tell you, man, Ryan and Trevor in the trailer knocking it out right now. They are cold as ice.
TNT, dynamite.
Just like AC/DC, yeah. I love the coach there, right? He's got his hands up in the air like, we got to get our hands in the air, boys. Yeah, that's a great look in there, Ryan. Well done. Okay. So, indeed, this is Anthony Trowicki. He's a 6'3 junior on to kick and put Edgar in the lead.
He could be the most popular kid at school Monday.
Yeah, when's homecoming? He may need a date, and this may do it. So here is Trowicki on to put the Wildcats up.
From the left hash.
Here is the snap.
Down
and up, and that is good. That is a good field goal. And with 2.5 seconds left, the Wildcats take the lead on the field goal from Anthony Trowicki. That was a 25-yard field goal for the young man, and he drilled it.
I think the Bears could use him.
Where is Santo? Santo no longer there? Somebody else now?
Well, Moody was signed today, so that's not a good sign for the
whoever it was.
Of Santos.
What a moment! Here we get to see the replay, and
he will never forget it.
And I tell you that height of the Crusaders almost changed the outcome of that kick. Trowicki, 2 seconds away from your hero on this Friday night, and a date to prom. Somebody will say yes now.
So 2 seconds left. This has got to be squibbed up the middle. Or something,
100%,
right?
100%.
I mean, you probably don't want to kick it long. You want to.
No. You want to keep this manageable. You want to get the clock running. You want to put that second line. So football, Dan, defensively is all about, and offensively, I suppose more so, is putting the other team in conflict. So how the kickoff puts the kick return in conflict is you make somebody in that second line decide what to do. And you see a ball coming at you, most 17-year-olds are going to grab it, and that's going to start the clock, and that would end the game at that point, minus a return for a touchdown. So you want to put them in conflict, and you want to make somebody just beyond that first line make a decision and touch the ball.
So if you're the Edgar special teams coach, which I don't think they have a special teams coach, but they have a coach that's part of his job.
Yeah.
Are you more confident in a defense having to go 70 yards and just kick it out of bounds, or are you more confident in getting this tackle?
I'm confident in these guys making a tackle. So there we go. We put them into conflict. The clock should have started. It does now. And this is game over. The Wildcats win it on a late field goal from Anthony Trowicki. And this one is over.
What a great game.
Final score, Edgar 9, Marquette Academy 6. That's an Edgar football game, 9-6.
That is an Edgar football game. And, you know, a lot of people who probably see this score say 9-6. What kind of game is this?
It was a doozy.
A heck of a one.
It was a doozy.
Yeah.
There were a couple that questioned earlier why it was the game of the week. We might know what we're doing around here. There were a couple for locals, right? Not anybody with the team, but a couple locals left at halftime. They're like, yawn. No, this was excellent. Excellent football. Great job by both teams. Glad to have met Coach Ken Carlson of the Crusaders. Dan, last word before we start our postgame show.
Yeah, I really want to commend the Crusaders. You know, they came in, they played a team that is a two-time state champion, and they outplayed Edgar a lot of this game.
For much of the second half. Yeah, I think back again to that personal foul on what would have been a fourth down play. Edgar turned it into 3 points, and that is and was the difference here in this game. Time now for a Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy fresh cheese curds made daily. I will be on the field shortly talking with Edgar head coach Jerry Sins and our hero of the night, Anthony Trowicki, after this on Zaleski Sports.
Kickers!
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freire, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
That's what I'll ask you to begin with. We're good? Good here. All right. Here in our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily. NasonvilleDairy.com. Here with Coach Jerry Sands. I want to talk to you about the matchup, but first I got to talk to you about the decision. So you and I, we kind of joke a little bit about the two-point conversions, and that's your philosophy. We don't want to kick extra points, but tonight we kick a field goal to win it. Talk to me about the decision-making process. You had a 4th and 7 coming, or 4th and goal from the 7. Just tell us about the decision to send out the field goal unit.
Well, yeah, we said, we talked to them on the sideline with a couple minutes left. Guys, if we get down there inside the 10 and it's 4th down, no, we're kicking a field goal because that's our best chance to get the points we need to win the game. And he's been practicing a lot, going out there with his dad and his mom, you know, off hours and practicing. So I'm darn proud of him.
Second half, a little bit different tone. They were able to move the ball up and down the field on you. Should that field goal have not have been successful, what was your attitude about going into an overtime against what was a team that was kind of picking up the pace offensively?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about overtime. I was thinking about the field goal going through. Yes.
Good. Well, that's what I'd expect out of you, Coach. Just tell us about the matchup today, right? You had a team leave the conference. You know, they've got a schedule that wasn't quite full. You're able to find each other on the internet or something like that. Just tell us about a couple of teams willing to come out here and play a football game tonight.
Yeah, we're happy that they agreed to play. We knew they were pretty good. We knew they were pretty big. And we certainly didn't want to make them drive like 300 miles, so we said, well, what if we go 150 and you go 150? And they agreed, and DeForest was gracious enough to host us. Their athletic director did a great job.
Yes.
He was here today, and
Yes.
so I got to have a shout out for DeForest High School too, and for their AD for really helping us out.
Yeah, that was Rick. He was good to you. He was good to us. A great and gracious host to have us all here tonight. Lastly, tell me about the size discrepancy. They were taller. Weight, I guess, you know, on paper it looked like they were a little bigger team, like you said. But your team, just the willingness to get out and tackle and put your nose in there anywhere at a football game.
Yeah, our kids are pretty tough. We're small. I mentioned that earlier here. We aren't very big, especially in defense. We got one guy that weighs 200 pounds. So, yeah, we have to fight. And yeah, they hung in there good tonight. We've had some guys kind of injured too, but they're sort of getting back. One of our starters was at his grandpa's funeral tonight too. So, you know, yeah, we're a little short-handed, but we hung in there, so it was a good win.
A happy bus ride home, Coach.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, if you can send young Tony over here, that'd be a big help for us as we'll continue our Zaleski Sports post-game show presented by NasonvilleDairy.com. Nasonville Dairy, get fresh cheese curds in Marshfield. You get them in Curtis. You get them at NasonvilleDairy.com. Right over here, we bring in tonight's hero here, Mr. Trowicki. So let's get right to it. So we get the timeout. Coach calls your number. Take us from there as you head to the field to kick what turned out to be the game-winning field goal.
You know, I just lined up my tee, took my steps, and I just knocked it through. It's just the practice that came beforehand, and I just knocked it through.
Yeah, so tell us about that. You know, season, during the off season, practicing this craft. Just tell us how you built up to even being able to do that.
During our summer camp this season, we didn't have a kicker. So, you know, I just kind of stepped up because my dad's a coach. I could get into school. I could kick a lot. So I did that, and then on vacation, we were in Pepin. We know some guys. We got on their field, and I just kicked during vacation too.
Yeah, well, practice makes perfect, or at least tonight. It was a solid kick. So after you kick it, it's up. Just tell us your thoughts as you see it going through.
Don't miss left.
Well, you had a sharp angle at it here. So tell us about that. You know, we were on the near hash, so we got kind of a sharp angle. What's your strategy when you're on that side?
I like the left hash a lot more. I could angle and push the ball through instead of pulling, which is why I missed the one at Stratford. I pulled it too much. And yeah, I just adjusted my steps, and I was kicking straight. I didn't try to push it or anything. I just kicked it straight.
I joked on the broadcast a little bit, but sometimes as a game winner, finding a date for prom or homecoming, I guess what's coming up, is that something now maybe you might be able to use to talk to the girls? Hey, listen, I kicked that game winner over in DeForest.
I think Haley already knows I'm going to ask her out to homecoming.
All right, breaking news. Haley, he's coming for you. There we go. All right, your microphone. I'll hand this to you. You just look up there anywhere. The cameras are all hidden. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1, right? And I'm Anthony, or you go by Tony or Anthony?
Anthony.
Whatever. I'm Anthony Trowicki, and I'm in the house. Okay, you've seen the other guys do it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Anthony Trowicki, and I'm in the house.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. That's all yours, man. Enjoy the bus ride home, all right? All right, guys, there he is. He's the hero tonight, Anthony Trowicki, and he's got a homecoming date. I knew it all along. All right. There we go. They're getting ready to get out of here, get on the bus. We're going to do the same thing. Proud to have broadcast 17 games across the state tonight, 18 games for the weekend. Trevor and Ryan in the truck, Sam on camera, Dan Ross helping me out, keeping me straight tonight. My name's Jason Zaleski. Have a great night, everybody.